Desh. The development raises serious questions about the credibility, accountability and authority of those carrying out these school inspections in the name of CJP.
Playing a role or playing it real, I always lead. The new Brezza, now with Turbo Booster Gen, lead every play.
Papa.
सॉरी यार गलती हो गई है ये चोट खर्चा वर्चा
अरे लास्ट बॉल पे छक्का भी तुम्हारा
छक्का
सब कैशलेस हो गया है हाँ
ला भाई मेरा बैट वो अभी तो ठीक हुआ तू
अभी तो डिस्चार्ज हुआ यार
बैट किसका है
टाटा AIG है तो भरोसा है।
कुछ तो सस्ता लो
सब बढ़िया लो
इसमें क्या खास बात है
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात मसाला
गाड़ी अपने साथ छोड़ दे जवाब दो
I'm so happy. Very proud of you. So we're going to be recording a interview with the great Tukaram Mundhe, and I've become his fan. At a time when there are people who say break the country, destroy things, here is a man who believes in discipline. Whenever he goes into a restaurant now, people speak out. You know, the first thing they probably expect you to go to is to the back kitchen.
More respect rather than terror. There's been very terror for some.
Looking forward to a live conversation with Mr. Tukaram Mundhe on The Nation Wants to Know. Thank you for coming. You flew all the way. Hello everyone and welcome to yet another episode of The Nation Wants to Know. First, I want to start by saying that I'm very happy that I'm being able to do these interviews more regularly than I used to. And it was just because of I would say the pressures of entrepreneurship to run the Republic Media Network. My editorial work took a backseat, but I'm enjoying doing these interviews. And now The Nation Wants to Know will become a series which will be about I would say a series in educating people about the real truth. Last episode was with Harish Salve and we really loved the feedback. It went viral all over the country and internationally where he gave the real reasons behind FCRA. And it was very useful for me to learn that. Today, I am with a remarkable man. His name is Tukaram Mundhe. In case you don't know him, everyone knows him. But first of all, I want to thank Tukaram Mundhe for coming all the way from Mumbai to meet us. Thank you very much. I can call you Tukaram?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Because you're a couple of years younger to me. So I can...
No, anybody can. And we should call by name.
I don't want to call you Mr. Mundhe. It will be very formal.
Yeah.
So Tukaram is a fascinating person. He's a self-made man from a very humble family. And he went through many years of effort to become an IAS officer in 2005. Now, I would say he's a man on a mission. He is technically holding a charter of Commissioner Food and Drug Administration of Maharashtra. But many people have similar roles. There is a parallel role everywhere in the country, in every state. What makes him viral is that he has said, I'm going to change things. I'm going to expose what's wrong and I'm not afraid of taking on the biggest and most powerful people in the process of doing so. But ladies and gentlemen, there is a story behind Tukaram Mundhe. Before we talk about what he does, I'm going to take an effort in this interview to understand the background of Tukaram. What has brought him to this point? What kind of a person is he? Because then we can relate to his life story. Tukaram, welcome to The Nation Wants to Know.
Thank you.
I'm very excited about this interview. And I think a lot of people will be watching this all over. I want to start with the news point of what's happening right now. When were you appointed as Commissioner of Food and Drugs Administration of Maharashtra? When did this happen? Which month?
It was, I think, in the month of May. I joined as a Commissioner FDA Maharashtra on 25th of May, 26.
Okay. And you joined in May?
Yeah, 25th of May.
Okay. People stay in positions for decades and don't make an impact. You've been in this post for about 3 months or less. Maybe just 3 months.
Lesser than 3 months, but around.
Lesser than 3 months. And you're making national headlines because you're saying that the food quality being served is bad. The restaurants are not run well. The big chains are not doing their job. The big food companies are deceiving people. The packaged foods are promising things that they are not. And you believe that this is one of the reasons we become the cancer and obesity capital of the world, or we are nearing that position here. Can you tell us when all this struck you? It couldn't have been on day one in this role.
No, see, whenever I am joining a new post, I try to understand its role. So I don't just look at the job chart. I mean, job chart, everybody is there. You have to go, you have to do this. You have to implement these laws and rules and regulations. This is your target. But whenever I go to a new post, I try to understand the role of that post. So when I joined, I discussed with my officers what exactly we are supposed to do. And the usual answer came that this is the food sector, this is the drug sector, these are the labs, this is what we do, these are the rules and regulations. But that's a means. Acts, rules, regulations are means. What is the objective, larger objective? And then through deliberations, I went through my role through acts and rules. And then we formulated a mission for ourselves, the goal for ourselves. And that mission we called Safe Food, Safe Drugs, Safe Maharashtra. That's where we started off. So when we started, I was not having idea this sector needs this much, if I may use the word surgery rather than just treatment. And as we went along, I think many things started to struck me. And then we realized that regulations are in place. They're quite good regulations. If you compare Indian regulations with across the world, they're one of the best. And this act came into existence in 2006, started implemented in 2011, and the regulations are still in float in case of food. There are almost 22 kind of regulation as of now. But before that, there was the Prevention of Food Adulteration Act, 1954, which was in existence. So the whole intent of that act was to prevent adulteration in the food. And the objective of this act to provide, ensure safe and standard food. So this total transformation is almost a 360-degree transformation in approach for food business operators, for regulators, and to basically ultimately the objective of providing safe and standard food to the people. So as we went on, we realized that yes, I think we need to do much, much deeper, much, much wider, and we look to have outcome, what is expected outcome. And I have had always interest in multiple fields. I was posted as the health commissioner also. I have worked in State AIDS Control Society also. And one of the things which I had learned and realized during my stint as a health commissioner was that disease burden of India has reversed after independence. At the time of independence, we were almost 70% communicable diseases. As on today, we have almost 70% non-communicable diseases.
What you call lifestyle disease.
NCDs or lifestyle diseases. Now, why this has taken place? And there are multiple factors. On the one hand, we have improved our medical industry, public health system, and communicable diseases have gone down. On the other hand, non-communicable diseases or lifestyle diseases have gone up dramatically, almost touching 70%. And one of the major causes for this is lifestyle. And one of the major ingredients of lifestyle is what you eat and drink. So you have to look at from that perspective, and that's where I started asking my officers to look at from this perspective, not from just implementation of regulation. Regulation and act are a means to achieve the larger goal of healthy people in India. I think this is very crucial now. There are WHO reports, you can go through it. There are Indian surveys which showcase what is happening. There are sample surveys of Health and Family Welfare Department which show the adulteration as substandard or unsafe food. And what is happening is alarming. So what we need to do is comply. A food business operator need to comply with these regulations, and regulators need to implement.
So you started this mission.
Yeah.
Save food, save drugs, save medicine, save Maharashtra. And then you started a crackdown.
I would not say crackdown. It is basically, because of whatever my nature has been and whatever way I have performed during my career, I have connected with people. People are connected with me. They expect things wherever I am posted. So the moment I came there was pouring up complaints.
Complaints to you?
Yes, complaints to you about this is happening there, whether in pharmacy there, drug is there, food lab, all these things are happening there. So what we did was, first thing, we wanted to, so the part of missions part, then strategy part was designed there. And we decided 3-pronged strategy. I call it E3 strategy. So the three E's are there. First is empower people. That is the first E. That's the focus. So how do we empower people? So we empower people by telling them, either through press or briefings or actions, that this is the role of FDA.
Okay.
Secondly, we tell them what is happening, what we are doing, transparently, so that they come to know this is what is happening, FDA is doing. And thirdly, connecting with them. How to connect with them was an issue. So there was a toll-free number. We strengthened it further. I issued emails on the public domain in the press note. If you have any concerns, either tell us on the toll-free number or you can email on this one. That was in the beginning. And after 1 month's time, we came up with a portal, complaints portal. We have full-fledged complaints portal as on today, complaints.mahafda.in. You can just log on your mobile, register once, and you can complain with details. We have AI-powered it. It's auto accountability, transparency. You can track where is it assigned, whether the officer is working. If the concerned officer does not respond in time, it is escalated to the higher authority automatically, and the system itself issues the notice to the officer. So it's a built-in accountability there. So through this way, we connected the people. And second, was enabling the businesses, genuine businesses. So if there are genuine businesses, they are working, they have nothing to fear from me. And if they are non-genuine, they cannot hide anywhere. That was second. And final was enforcement of the act. So this is overall strategy. So you will be surprised to know that through these three means, for example, toll-free number, emails, and my portal, in 3 months' time, we have received more than 10,000 complaints. More than 10,000 complaints across Maharashtra. And we analyze it, we work on it, we categorize it, high-risk items, and then we proceed to inspect. So once inspections are there, whatever findings are there, based on the facts, we take the action.
When you inspected, when did you start your inspections? And when you inspected, what did you find? What were some of the more shocking details which you got to know when your people went on the ground? A. B. Who did you decide? You can't inspect everyone. Yeah. You can't seize all items. Sure. Did you want to set an example by going after the big fish in the start?
Not at all.
So what was your approach like?
We started actually with prohibited items. So gutka and pan masala, that's where we started. Because it's already prohibited in Maharashtra. So we acted tough. I issued an order invoking Makoka provisions if necessary in those cases. And we started with a huge action out there. So it has created deterrence. And we are filing complaints with the police station along with BNS sections. So manufacturing is prohibited, transport is prohibited, sale is prohibited.
But it was still going on?
Yeah, it was still going on. Nowadays also little bit is available.
Were the companies involved?
Many. So
the big companies were involved?
Yeah. Which we have caught. There are more than 700 odd FIRs before me also.
Which big companies were involved?
All this is Vimal and all this we have heard of. This there are other. I can't just remember all the names. So there are multiple. So they are not manufacturing in Maharashtra now. They are manufacturing somewhere else.
But it is illegal to supply in Maharashtra.
Absolutely, it's transportation.
Was it being officially supplied or through the black
No,
market?
it was unofficially, of course.
Unofficially.
Yes, yes,
But that must be a lot of money to supply banned items.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Crores, hundreds of crores.
Yeah, definitely. And that's why, because it was banned way back in 2012 in Maharashtra.
But nobody implemented it.
It was implemented, but I think still people try to find out a means. And they...
Why did previous commissioners of Food and Drugs Administration not implement it?
No, it was implemented, but maybe, as I said, people try to bring in innovative ideas to bring in and sell it, because this always is demand and supply. People demand, there is supply.
Maybe the government looked the other way.
I don't think so, because Maharashtra was the first state to ban it, and this falls in the purview of Food Commissioner. So Food Safety Commissioner had taken a call on this, and it was banned. But I think we need to be much more stringent. That's where we started off, and the actions were really good one. Still, I cannot say with 100% that 100% it is not available. Yes, it is available, but now they have again changing the means. Big vehicles are not coming, small are coming. They are transporting the state buses or transport or private transport, even railway now. But we are after them. So this is where we started. And as we went along, then I started sector by sector. Then we went to hotel, restaurant and eateries. I issued one compliance order. Okay, these are the compliances you need to abide by. And before issuing that order, I had actually had a meeting with the association, including AHAR. And I told them these are the issues. Please look into it. Please tell your members that you have to comply with that. Otherwise, we are going to be very, very stringent on you. After that, issued the order and we started inspections. Earlier, what was happening was the qualitative difference, what I can tell. My people used to go, officers used to go. And most of the time, inspections were not taking place, but a sample was being taken and then tested and the further action on that. We reversed the strategy. We are inspecting the places. We just don't go and pick up the sample and come back and test it. No. That is just one part of it. But the majority...
You made it a very visible attempt at enforcing the law.
Yes.
So you said we are going to inspect. Almost sounds like a raid.
It's not a raid.
But it's an inspection.
Yeah,
you go to a Domino's outlet.
Yeah.
You're inspecting a Domino's
Absolutely.
outlet. And then the media will come with you.
We generally don't allow media inside.
Media won't be allowed inside, but the media gets to know.
Yeah, that's right.
So
we issue press notes on that.
You issue press notes.
Almost daily basis we issue press notes.
And then you start inspecting the place. How did people react when you started inspecting a Domino's outlet, when you started inspecting a Blinkit store?
So
a Zephyro store. What was the first reaction?
The reaction was basically the change in culture of FDA is underway. Because you just go, take a sample and come back, that culture has changed.
It was a more active role.
Yes, because what we are supposed to look at, and just inspection doesn't mean that you go and check kitchen alone. What it means is basically whether that establishment, because they are FBOs for us, whether small or big, whether listed or unlisted, it is a FBO for me, food business operator.
It doesn't matter how big the company is, whether it's a global chain, whether it's KFC, McDonald's.
They are registered with me or licensed. They are either my licenses as a FBO, and they have the laws to follow. And I am here to implement those laws. So...
Did you yourself go?
No, I have not.
But you must have the videos, you must have the pictures. So can you tell me? Because the reason this conversation is so important is because our viewers are all over India. So people are of the view that if there is a problem with these, for example, these multinational fast food outlets, because people think that you go to a Domino's, you go to a KFC, you'll get standardized hygienic food, right? But nobody actually goes to the back kitchen. So nobody sees the condition in which that food is being made. They just get a pizza before them and they think it's an American brand and everything must be okay. Can you share with us? And now the concern is there's a Domino's in Guwahati, there will be a Domino's in Haryana. So we want to know that what did you find? I'm not talking about Domino's per se. But what did you find about these so-called branded food stores? What was happening in the backstory?
See, what happens when my officer goes there? So I told them not to just check 1 point or 2 points. Look at whether all regulations are being complied or not. The first regulation, most of them follow registration or licensing, that is one. The second and most important regulation is about Schedule 4, what you call Schedule 4. So the way kitchen has to be run, the way it has to be established, the way raw materials has to be received, it has to be washed, it has to be segregated, it has to be stored, it has to be sorted, it has to be prepared. There is a whole lot of guidelines over there. Say, for example, I did not know personally until I went through the regulation that kitchen is supposed to be absolutely tiles, not only on the floor, but the side also have to be tiles. They have to be washable tiles because fungus and other things should not be. They should be able to clean. It should be cross ventilation so that there is a cross ventilation. For reception purposes, you receive, there is a separate compartment area. You receive it, wash it. There are guidelines about washing the food or receive whatever you are receiving raw material. You test it, grade it, you store it a particular condition, you prepare it, and then you serve it. For example, if it is, say, cold food, it should be around 4 degrees. If it is around minus 18 degrees, if it is a hot food, you have to have 65 degrees Celsius. These are the guidelines and regulations as they exist as on today. So, are we following that? Number one. Number two, whatever raw material is there, they have to, every food article has to have traceability. That is expected in the regulation. Traceability. For example, if I am purchasing, I am a hotel or whatever, I am a non-veg person, I am purchasing non-veg item from somewhere. So he has to have receipt. He must know where is it coming from. So if there is some issue of health, we should be able to trace it back where is it originated. So regulations exist. Do we follow? These are the questions to be asked.
So do these companies not follow? What did you find? My question was, what was among the most shocking details that you found?
Multiple. Schedule 4 violations are pertinent. That is. And so when I say this kitchen part, receiving part, storing, cleaning, sorting, not having the back tracing or details of where it is purchased from, even expired products we have received everywhere, we have seen everywhere, across board. Expired
food items.
Yes, expired food items we have seen. And those are being prepared, those are being sold. That's shocking. So we have seen stale raw materials like anything, whether it's vegetables or for that matter, even non-veg items. This is horrible.
So, this is the real, this is what is really worrying. People think, oh, you go to a sort of fast food chain with a global brand on it, and you will get safe, clean food, But you don't know where the lettuce is coming from, where the onion is coming from, whether the meat is stale or not stale, without naming brands. Can you tell me
I'll tell you a story.
You tell me
you started with this lettuce.
Lettuce.
Yeah, because we just did discuss, so I just clicked to my mind. When I issued this order of HRA, hotel, restaurant, eateries, and these are to be followed, and lettuce is used by some of the chain. So some of my friends, 3-4 days after that, they called, why are you not getting lettuce in this particular brand? And so, what happened? They are not getting it. They are saying, and there are boards, this lettuce is not available as of now.
Oh.
So what does it indicate? It indicated that either the lettuce was not real quality, or it was expired,
or poor quality,
or absolutely is synthetic.
Synthetic?
Yeah, there are multiple things.
Synthetic lettuce?
Yeah, there are multiple which are happening. There are artificial things are happening.
Artificial what?
Many. Artificial milk is there, we have found. Synthetic milk we have found. There is a crackdown, we did it. And it's, you cannot believe, you cannot believe the innovation.
I want to know more about
innovation in this field. I know. So,
but I want to know more about, because I'm a hypochondriac. I want to know about things that can make people sick. Yes. So, I want to know what all is synthetic.
My job is not to make people distrust. My job is basically they should trust the right things.
Tukaram, your job is to make people aware.
Exactly.
So I wanted to meet you because I want to be aware. Yeah. And if you make me aware, we put this video to millions, people will be aware. At least they'll ask questions. They'll ask questions about the lettuce in the burger. They will ask questions about the milk. They'll ask questions whether the
lettuce, you should ask where is it coming from.
Where does it come from?
I have no idea where it is coming from.
What have you found? What is synthetic lettuce?
See, it's made chemically. It's chemically made.
Chemically made lettuce.
Yes, we're able to detect all these things. Say, I'll give a story, big story of milk.
Tell me about milk. By the way, chemically made lettuce. Now, I'm never going to have a lettuce in any burger after this. I'm very sorry, but this is worrying, and we must find out about it. We must find out about it. Now, tell me about milk, which is the most common item.
Milk.
It's used everywhere in shakes and ice creams and everything.
Yeah, milk we consume right from what we can say childhood to.
What did you find there?
See, I got information once after, I think 1 month after I joined there, and was telling that there is chemical milk or synthetic milk being prepared. And then I said, give me the details. And the person gave me details, the total details, how it is made.
Okay.
And then we continue investigating it. Okay. We continue investigation almost for a month period of time. And then we finally strategized, and then along with police we raided and we found it live.
In Mumbai or outside?
It is in Pune district at multiple places. It was spread across 5-6.
It was packaged into a brand?
I'll tell you. So there is actually what you call proper work on it. One person, actually 2 persons are involved. One person supplies skim milk powder. He has a
skimmed milk powder.
Yeah. And other person provides a formula how to make a milk out of it. And this was prepared. So we caught that person. That skim milk powder was being sold to either to the chilling centers or milk collection centers or to even grocery or to a farmer also. And this formula was being provided. Along with it had, we found shampoos in it. We found industrial chemical in it. We found emulsifier in it. So multiple things we found. And there was a formula by which they were able to produce a milk which will cost for the quality of milk, cow milk, 15 rupees per liter. For buffalo quality milk, 30 rupees per liter. And it was in the market. So this is made either to increase the quantity, or then it is added to the existing quantity, because the market rate, if it is supposing 40 rupees for milk cow, it is being produced at 15 rupees. So economics works that way. If it is 60 rupees per
So you adulterate milk with this fake milk?
Yes.
But
and then
was this put into a package? I mean, was it put under a brand or was it sold?
See, because it is going ultimately to a dairy. So somebody is selling and it is going to a dairy.
And the dairy is packaging it and selling it?
Absolutely.
In a packaged form?
Packaged form, whatever form.
Our problem in India is whenever anything comes in a packet, we think it's fine.
No, it's not.
No, but that's the way we think.
Exactly.
That we get something in a packet, we think, oh, this is now verifiably true. Rather, we would think that if somebody is coming and selling me milk directly from a gaushala in my house, I doubt that. But if something is in a package, we think that it's going to be okay.
My observations are very clear. We should not take anything blindly. Take anything blindly. Even a loose milk. I mean, we should get very clear about what is a loose milk and what is a raw milk. Loose milk is the one which is already pasteurized. And then it is sold in the market as a loose milk, which is banned, which is not allowed. So, if I am dairy owner, I pasteurize it. Once I pasteurize, it is expected in the industry itself that it has to be packed pasteurized milk, either in the tin or whatever packets, and then it will be stored. In Mumbai, like places, there are pasteurized milk which is being sold as a loose milk, which is not allowed. We have started acting, we have acted. And raw milk, which is a farmer milks, cowman milks, and then he sells, that's a raw milk, that's allowed.
No, 1 sec. Tukaram, can I ask you a very naive question?
Yeah.
If there are 2 glasses of milk and I'm a milk lover, will I not be able to make the difference by tasting it?
It's very difficult unless you know what is the original taste and what is the new taste. How would you know what is the original taste? And by taste will vary from, say, cow breed to buffalo breed to everything, it will vary.
So people are imitating buffalo milk, people are imitating cow milk. But now the shocking fact, you're telling me that you found shampoo, emulsifiers and other chemical items in synthetic milk.
Yeah, and that's how we then unearthed it. We caught almost 13 people were arrested. We are further investigating that, and we are going to prosecute.
Is it possible that this is a wider racket than has
Possible,
been
very
found?
much possible.
You have only found one place. If it's happening in one place in Pune,
The people were later places across 5 districts, not just one district.
look at the impact on health if you're having synthetic milk and that has shampoo and emulsifiers and all these products in it. Many of these things would be genotoxic, they would be carcinogenic, so they would already have an impact. So maybe thousands of people have already been impacted without their knowing.
That's how what I'm saying. We started our interview with saying that how it is going to affect the people. This is how it is affecting the people, because what you are consuming, we do not know what exactly it is. And it just not remain to either milk or something, burger or something, where it is across board. Whatever a person's packaged food, example, whatever it is. What are we reading? Are we reading the ingredients?
No, we're not.
So sugar-free likhte upar. Misleading ad.
Oh God,
Actually,
that is
ingredient, you have sugar.
Now, for example, there are companies like Dabur, which have said 100% pure fruit juice and all that. Are they 100% healthy, 100%
There
pure
is
fruit
actually
juice?
guideline. I believe FSI has already issued the notice.
FSI has issued a notice now.
Yes.
I think Dabur has taken back 1 or 2 claims. Somebody on honey, Dabur has got something from the... And there are not just Dabur, the other companies, they've got some stay order from the High Court, etc.
That's fine, because
why is it important to put a stop on these 100% healthy, 100% pure kind of claims?
Because it's misleading. There is a regulation which came out in 2018. It's about advertising and claims regulations 2018, which came in existence implementation since July 2019.
Right.
So you cannot advertise which is not there. Whatever you say on the packet or advertising, you should not either imply, state or show, which is not true, 100% true. You cannot
But
just
their claim would be, just playing devil's advocate, that listen, I mean, this is not tobacco. It's not going to cause cancer. A little bit, we may say we are 100% healthy, maybe we are 60% healthy, but we are not tobacco, we are not gutka, we are not pan masala. Why should we be clamped down on?
Because you are giving wrong information. You are misleading.
How is that wrong information affecting
Because if
people?
you are saying 100% pure and it is not pure 100%, you should be able to prove that it's 100% pure.
No, you're saying people buy it on the basis of the
definitely
claim of 100%
exactly,
pure.
people-
Does it have an impact? Does this have an impact on consumers?
It has.
Suppose a mother is buying a fruit juice.
Yeah.
She sees 100% healthy mixed fruit juice.
Of course.
You're saying they take it at face value?
Because that's how, generally we believe that, right? By and large, we should believe that, so it's written pure, right? It's written natural. Now, if that is the claim,
Sugar-free.
if it is the claim, the product or the industry or the manufacturer should be able to prove that it's actually that. Otherwise, it becomes a misleading. So you cannot mislead. It's, as per the law, not allowed. It is not my whims and caprice. It's a law.
Now
And why it is made a law is basically so that it affects the health of the people. So please understand the overall architecture of the scheme.
See, we are in a very quick 2-minute world
Yes,
nowadays.
yes.
We want food delivery within 5 minutes. We want a lot of packaged food. People have less time to cook. People are not having real ingredients. People are having a lot of outside food. There's a lot of fast food. There's a lot of rustling up of elements. You buy something which is already semi-cooked, you cook it. So I think that I've often thought about this, Tukaram, that I come from Guwahati, and I remember that my maternal grandfather used to drive a cycle at the age of 84. He was a communist leader and simple life, and he used to cook his own soup, and he used to draw milk. We had cows in the house and draw milk, and I sometimes think that they had very busy lives. They were very active. But the cases of cancer have suddenly shot up. And the sale of air purifiers is going up. People think if we buy an air purifier, we live in an air-conditioned environment, we will not have cancer. What I'm hearing from you is that you may be unaware of what is in this cup that you're drinking, the food that you're eating. And so you are allowing a lot of impurities, chemicals into your body without realizing it.
Yes, that's true. Absolutely.
Then this is a huge thing. Why is it you're doing in Maharashtra? This is a scam and a scandal of untold proportions. Doesn't there need to be a nationwide crackdown on this, not a
What I
state-specific
believe,
crackdown?
this question I was asked when I joined one of the media persons. So if you are given a chance, what which you are expecting that you should be achieving in whatever given tenure, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. And my answer to that was, and today I understand, this has to become a public movement, mass movement. Of eating right food. When I say right food, not by quality or tasty food, what I mean is standard and safe food. Because we have habits of eating, say, I want spicy, I want oily, I want tasty, this is. Taste can be secondary. Primary is safety.
You think we compromise on safety?
I think we do.
Can I ask you something? You also look at drugs, right? I have a question for you. There is an ashwagandha, okay? Now, I found out, because I like to have some Ayurvedic products, that there is an ashwagandha that is sold in India, and the same company sells a different ashwagandha for the American market. The American market ashwagandha is priced a little more, or whatever, ashwagandha or whatever, there are so many Ayurvedic medicines. Now, is it true that in the Indian Ayurvedic medicine, you allow impurities to a higher proportion? And in the one that goes globally, it is a purer version. And my question to you is, how can the same company be allowed to have two sets of Ayurvedic products, one for the Indian consumer, which has more impurities, maybe lead, maybe other things, which are carcinogenic, and something else for the American market? Is this not wrong? Is this happening or not?
This is absolutely ethically also wrong and legally also wrong.
But it is happening.
Yes.
Why don't you crack down on this?
We have already done.
You've done this?
Yeah, in drug also. We have found, we have cracked down against Ayurvedic manufacturers also. I think few days back we suspended license of more than 10, 12 Ayurvedic license manufacturers.
Did you find this, what I told you? That
there are many.
Like what? Tell me about the Ayurvedic product.
Ayurvedic, for example, one of the major issues we found is misleading claims again. So
misleading claims about Ayurvedic product?
Yeah. This will cure your diabetes. Actually, there is a full-fledged act of 1954 which prevents this one.
Prevents what?
So,
misleading claims.
Yes, in medicine. 1954 act is very clear. So you cannot, because in medicine, it's very, very clear as per Drug and Cosmetic Act and misleading. You cannot claim cure. Very clear provision.
And these are over-the-counter drugs.
Yeah, I mean, there are schedules, which are some schedules without prescription, you cannot, some are over the diet. But Ayurvedic, by and large, everybody says, oh, it's Ayurvedic. See, Ayurvedic, there are two kinds of products. One is what called textual products. So they are written way back in our ancient times that these are the products. So we follow that, those products become textual. That's why we...
The original.
Yeah. And the second one is called proprietary products.
Derivatives.
Yeah, so now I prepare a proprietary. Yeah, this is my product. Then it goes to some authority. We have a committee there. Then they look into it and they sanction or reject it. So those are being prepared, manufactured, and they are sold. But advertising and the constituents of it need to be verified. They need to be actually as per the standards. One of the shocking case which I found in Maharashtra about that, we have almost 400 odd Ayurvedic manufacturers in Maharashtra. And we are the licensing authority, my joint commissioner. So we have GMP, good manufacturing practices as per Drug and Control Act, Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940. And this applies to Ayurvedic also. So some of these Ayurvedic manufacturers were not under GMP certification. And they were producing it. So rules are there, regulations are there. So there are two sides. One is compliance by the FBOs or licenses, and other is implementation and regulation by the regulatory authority. Though both need to go hand in hand, but at the same time, as citizens, because ultimately this is going to the people, consumers, they need to be much more discreet and aware of what exactly they are eating and they are asking for. Unless that, because there is always going to be demand and supply. So unless demand changes, supply will not change.
Now, what have you found out about the Blinkits and the Zeptos and the fast delivery services and the food delivery services? Because we have got some visuals, incredible visuals here in Republic about cockroaches, rodents, rats, infestation where the food items are kept, right? What have you found out about the condition of the dark
Yes, you have,
stores.
I mean, the multiples who are suspended, you are
Yes.
aware, we have issued the press note about that also. The conditions, sanitary conditions are way beyond our horrible sins. There are expired products we have found. They were kept on the floors. No sanitary, no control of temperature, which is expected, was found there. So multiple violations have found, and that's the product which is sold. So as per the rules, even if they are quick commerce, they are treated as ABO because they are serving it. So wherever they are purchasing from, we should be able to trace. And many times this so-called dark kitchens are not traceable. So we need to be careful. We are actually after them, every food business operators who are violating it. The question is, citizen also need to ask, if I have ordered something, suppose I have some quick commerce and it comes to me, I should ask, where is it come from? Who has prepared this food? At least look at it. Because in the guise of that, I don't have a time, so are you going to eat poison?
But do you think that in India there is a convention that the stronger the rule, the breaker, the easier and more innovative the way to break it, and corruption is a reality. Tukaram, you are an honest ramrod straight officer, but everybody is not like you. Everybody in your department may not be like you. Everybody in other districts or other states may not be like you, and they may feel that Tukaram Mundhe has created a bit of a shake-up in the system, which allows me a greater opportunity at making money. So, it's like they say, Gabbar Singh aane wala hai. There's a fear of Tukaram Mundhe is the Gabbar Singh of the Food and District Administration. Somebody is going to say, I'm going to save you from Gabbar Singh, but you give me some money. Because somewhat I feel it cannot happen. This situation cannot happen without organized corruption. There has to be some organized corruption, otherwise, or maybe people just sit on the desk, they're doing their job, they don't care about the job.
There are multiple issues here. I think...
Maybe nobody's tried before. What is the reason?
No, I mean, multiple issues in this sense, corruption cannot be the only factor. Yes, it might be one of the factors. Because there are black sheeps everywhere, in whatever sector you go. You will find black sheep.
I get it.
The issue is the shift from prevention of adulteration to safe and standards is a big shift. And I think till today, after 20 years of passing this act, we have not moved to that level of abiding by these safety and standards of the food. That's the context we have to understand.
Are you afraid that the whole industry will also come back after you now stronger? There was a report about 5 lakh rupees of, was that on you? A fine that was put, not on you.
That was there. See,
what was that fine for?
So that was basically High Court believed an order that because the license was kept suspended even after compliance, 98% order compliance by the FBO, we should have reinstated. So they have the losses. So that's why High Court has ordered. So we are examining our legal options on that.
But do you believe all the industries will go to the courts and...
some of them have already gone.
And then say that you are being excessive?
That's what the charge against me is. But
what is the charge against you?
Say that I'm going overboard. I'm excessive. In my officers are excessive. So we should not be suspending the license. We should be given notices first to clarify.
Follow a process and a process.
No, process is there, but even forthwith suspension is allowed as per the Act itself. It's not something I have innovated. It exists, and it exists in cases where the non-closure or non-suspension is likely to lead to...
These are big companies, multi-hundred thousands of crores of business these packaged food companies do. You've been transferred, 25 times in 21 years of service? How many times?
I have not counted it.
Is it true that you don't even get to complete a year in service before you're transferred?
If you average out, say 21 years, so more than that, it will come to the average out.
Why is it? Why is it that in our country today, someone like you is not allowed to do his job by the system? I mean, you don't last more than 10 months in any job.
I don't think much about it, basically because it's not in...
Why are you punished? I really want to know this. Why is an officer like you punished? And we find greasy officers and officers who steal and who are corrupt rise to the very top.
Whether I am punished or not, that's for discussion. I am not the authority to discuss about that or comment upon that. But it has given a different perspective to me also, in a way that because I have been place at multiple departments. So I have learned so many things and I have been able to do many things at multiple places.
Do you think you'll be ever able to go out to a restaurant again after this?
That's a good one, basically.
Do you
because
go? Do you
everybody
go?
looks at suspicion. If I go somewhere, they will look at suspicion. Something is fishy here.
Have you
so
been
I
to a
don't
restaurant?
want,
Have you been to a restaurant recently?
I have been.
Tell me what happened.
So a few days back, I think, maybe last week,
Okay.
my friend wanted to have a cup of tea, and after office hours, 7, 8 in the night, because somebody had come and wanted me. I said, so let's come over to either my office or my home. No, let's go there. It's a good one. Because now everybody knows you, so that no hotel dares to compromise on compliances. So I went. The moment I went there was whispering around the corner, and the people who were sitting were asking the management there, what wrong you have done here? So that may happen. I mean, that's how it works, but it's a fortunate.
And your people are going complaining against you in the Bombay High Court, and you go and raid the Bombay High Court canteen. I'm told. Why did you raid the Bombay High Court canteen?
See, there was hearing. And in a hearing, court observed that you are doing only on private sector or you are doing government and semi-government offices also. We told that we have the data to back it up. So then court asked us, have you done Mantralaya and have you done court? So we had already done Mantralaya. So I got a call after the hearing from my GP saying that this is what court has said, so you should do High Court. I go fine. Next day my team went and checked it.
What did you find?
I think 1 or 2 were unlicensed.
Okay.
Yeah.
The High Court canteen was unlicensed.
Yeah, 1 or 2 unlicensed.
So what is your biggest fear now? You know, the government is supporting you right now.
Yeah.
You know what my biggest fear is, Tukaram, that you'll be posted out. You'll be seen to be very high profile. See, you're cracking down. Let me tell you who all are cracking down. You're cracking down on the organized gutka industry. You've arrested hundreds of people. You've seized vehicles. You've raided godowns. You've gone after Bollywood superstars for promoting gutka. You have previously celebrity influencers would be put against officers. You don't care about them. I don't wonder whether you are one person taking on industries whose net value would be going into hundreds of thousands of crores. You're fully aware that some of the companies you're going after are worth billions of dollars. And you're aware that what you're doing in Maharashtra has an impact across the country. Because whether it is any packaged food, it is not limited to Maharashtra. You have found in all these dark stores expired fruity, appy fizz, candy juice being sold in warehouses. You're going after these fast delivery companies which are also worth billions of dollars. And therefore, if I were to say to you today that you are one man, you may not realize the full impact of what you're doing, but you're probably standing against at least companies worth hundreds of billions of dollars. And I think my biggest fear is they will all come after you.
See,
do you think about this?
No, I don't think who I am going after. What I think is basically what is my role. And now I'll put in a little different perspective.
Sure.
How I look at this role. This role is not just about safe food. It is about the economy also. It is about the health of the people also, health of the society, in a way, health of the nation. If you are aspiring to be a great nation, it has to be a healthy nation. We cannot have unhealthy people living in a healthy nation. We cannot progress. We may be able to progress at a certain level. But if your human capital is not healthy, both physically, mentally, emotionally, we cannot progress beyond a point. That is one.
Yeah, but you have suspended the licenses of a store operated by Aditya Birla New Age restaurants. You went after Reliance Retail in one place. You have targeted Zomato-linked and Swiggy-linked warehouses. These are not small players. These are conglomerate worth billions and billions and billions. The nation wants to know, Tukaram, has anyone called you? Has anyone told you to go slow?
No, absolutely not.
Indirectly?
No, absolutely not. So I'll tell you now, I'm coming to that only. That's the first part. I'm talking about health of the people. The other part is economy. When the nation or society wants to grow, as we progress, economic growth is inevitable. Without that, we cannot grow. The economic growth will come from where? It will come from the people. And this food which we eat is directly related with agriculture
But you're trying
sector.
to change everything overnight.
No, it's not
the
overnight.
29 officers, I'm reading, and employees of your own FDA laboratory went to the minister complaining about your new shift system, extended working hours, staff shortages, and concerns about the quality of sample testing. Now, are you pushing your own people too hard?
I don't think, because what has happened, that's a lab, it's not office. Unfortunately, they were working 10 to 6, and labs are not supposed to work 10 to 6. They're actually supposed to work 24/7. So what we have done, we are not asking them to work beyond 8 hours in a day. Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Not more than 48 hours in a week.
But viewers, please note every question here. Here is a man who's on a mission. He doesn't give a damn. We think he's doing a great thing. But let me tell you one more example out here. What happens when one man stands against a rotten system? Is a classical case of what Tukaram Mundhe is doing right now. The Bombay High Court used a devastating phrase while questioning your action against an Amazon warehouse. Was the FDA under Tukaram Mundhe trying to kill a mosquito with a sword? The point the court was trying to talk about is proportionality and procedure. They are saying, do you think the court also is telling you to go easy a bit?
I don't know how to interpret it, but whatever, because these remarks might be in the court, they are not in the order. So what we are doing is basically we have to follow the procedure. Because we are law implementing agency, executing agency, we have to definitely follow the law. We have to definitely follow the procedure. We cannot overboard it. But we have been doing exactly that. And proportionality is there. The case you mentioned in this is, there was complaint, and my officers had gone, and what we had found there was shocking, in the sense that expired food items were recirculated and brought in the food chain to sold. That's what the license was suspended.
And yet the court said that you're trying to kill a mosquito with a sword. You know what the industries will want to do? The industries will say, okay, let's fight him together. Let's wrap him up in court cases. Let's do multiple court cases. He's becoming a middle-class hero. And that's a fact. There is a massive delusion being sold to the middle class. The consumer sees spotless high-tech app on their phone with a 10-minute delivery guarantee. They don't see the dirty dark straw. They don't see the cockroach infestation. They don't see the live rodents. They don't see the expired food items, right? These are multi-billion-dollar tech giants. They're all going to come together at one point. If I think I put all of them in one room, they would want your head on a plate.
I believe that they should plate, everybody should see that the plate in which we are eating has to be safe. What I'm just asking is very simple, what we can say, compliance from them. Just comply the regulations and nothing will happen to you. Because the businesses...
Are you too idealistic?
No, I don't think. Because
you're
the businesses...
compared with Ashok Khemka of Haryana, 57 transfers, Pradeep Kasni, 70 transfers, officers who fought corruption and paid with their careers.
I'm not being idealistic. What I'm being is basically trying to perform my role, what is given to me. Trying to be a public servant, which I am. And I'm trying to do what is expected of me by the law, by the constitution, and by the government.
How much of this, what you're doing, has to do with your background? You know, a village boy who, from a drought-prone part of Maharashtra, who cracks UPSC after years and years and years and gets, I think, rank 20. And after doing all of this is rewarded by this country with 25 transfers in a 21-year career, and therefore has reached a point in his career where he doesn't give a damn. Is that your story? How much of this has to do with your own background?
I think everybody is influenced by his environment, whether where he is brought up. As I was brought up, many of my colleagues also brought up in the same way. We have rise through our efforts through the farming family. I was a farmer till 10th standard. I did my farming. I sold vegetables in the market on the bullock cart. So I know what it means for farmers to sell a vegetable in the market. I sold onions at the rate of 5 paise per kg in the market. And because there were no takers, we had to destroy almost 100 quintals of onions. So that is the case which I am talking about, late 80s, early 90s. That is the time I am talking about. And we came here, So I have seen that side also as a farmer. I have seeing this policy implementation and policy making on this side also. So that's what I was saying. This, yes, everybody is influenced by the circumstances, but we should know the reality. And I'm trying to, as a public servant, I have the role to play and make this society a better place in whatever capacity I am posted and wherever I am given the opportunity to work. So if I am a FDA Commissioner, before this I was Secretary Animal Husbandry 2 years back, and there was the issue of milk. Now, at that point in time, I used to say that because adulteration does not come under my purview, it is under FDA. Now I am in FDA. I am able to, 2 days back, some few farmers came from some districts saying that we are just wanting to congratulate you. And I said, why? And they said that our kids who are graduate, they gave up the farming, particularly milk farming also, because there are adulteration, we were not getting a proper rate for my milk. After we started this action, the rates of milk have gone up, and our children who are graduate, they have started again milk farming. Milk cows are there. They are selling almost 200 liters per day. And the best thing what has happened, now we are respected that you are a genuine farmer and you are providing a good milk, quality milk, standard milk, not adulterating it. So if that is going to have impact on the farming on the one hand, if it is going to have an impact on the health of the people on the other hand, I think all of us must come together and work in that direction so that we really make this society a better place to live and lead meaningful life, whether it's for farmer, whether it's for citizens, or whether it's for industries who are working in this sector.
Do you think a lot of people be thinking now he's got 9 more years in service now, where the hell is he going to go next?
I mean, that I should not be thinking. What I'm thinking
Are you
is,
ambitious? Do you want to join politics?
No
If you
way.
join politics
No
right now,
way.
a lot of people will vote for you.
Absolutely not. Not my cup of tea.
Not your cup of tea?
Absolutely.
Are you certain about it?
Absolutely, because I'm too forthright. You might have seen by now.
No, you are. There's another ex-civil servant, Arvind Kejriwal, who sat like this with me once and he said, मैं बच्चों की कसम खाता हूँ, I'm never going to join politics. But he changed his mind. Of course, he was already half into politics. That, what is your career plan?
See, I'm public servant. And I'll be public servant.
Public servants are supposed to remain anonymous. Now you are here sitting with me. Anonymous.
Yeah.
Now, does your you're becoming a very popular figure impact your relationship with the ministers who you serve in, or rather who you work with?
I think it's for you people to analyze it whether it happens.
No, I've very often thought about this. Bureaucrats, Lindo, election commissioner, TN Session, it had a good and a bad side of it as well. It made people insecure. Do you make people in government insecure?
I don't know. I'm very clear about the role. I don't make any people insecure. What I'm trying to do is just look at our role. And there are, my batchmates, my friends also many times tell that, छोड़ देना कितना ठेका रखे रखा है क्या? That is the word. ठेका रखे रखा है. And instantly my answer, you know what was that?
What is that?
Yes. ठेका रखे रखा है. Because I have a social contract.
Wow.
Being a public servant. It was not afterthought or something. Absolutely instantly. Yeah. His concern was that, yes, you are being too destabilized. You are not getting tenures. It is affecting you, your family, everybody. His concern is right. But the question is, being a public servant, I always, in particular in crisis, I do ask myself this question. If I cannot, who else can? And when some people think that it's an arrogant statement. It's not an arrogant statement. When I say if I cannot, what it means is if I'm sitting in a particular chair, a particular position, if I cannot perform that role, who are you expecting to perform that role? Yeah. And I would expect every citizen to ask the same question to themselves. If I can do something, am I shifting that role to somebody else?
Yeah. What I love is your idealism. I love your attitude. And I think what comes across, if I would add one thing to that is, these multi-billion-dollar FMCG companies, fast-moving consumer goods, they spend hundreds of crores in marketing, but they don't think about the product. And the best way to destroy something is to market a very average product. So I think we should these companies should reconsider the way they are doing things. My big takeaway, Tukaram, from meeting you, what I like, why I will leave this interview feeling very good is, here is someone roughly my own age. And I feel terrible when I see people I knew in college who became civil servants compromise. I know too many of them. I'm from Delhi University Hindu College, laboratory of UPSC at one time. I don't like to see them now after 25 years having changed. I find in you someone who probably exactly what you were like 25 years back or even more stern. And I think that I love the idealism. I like the fact that I meet people in government service today who are committed for the country. I really hope, I wish you achieve your goal. I hope you shake up this system and many more. And I can tell you that you have won a lot of fans in this country for the right reason, which is why you're truly a middle-class hero today. And I have really enjoyed this conversation. I wish you all the best, Tukaram, and may you go from strength to strength, and may our friendship continue.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tukaram. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that episode with Tukaram Mundhe. He's quite a remarkable man, isn't he? Tell me what you think. Tell me whether you like conversations like this and whether you found any meaning in them and whether it was what your main takeaway from this conversation was. Till the next episode, thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Playing a role or playing it real, I always lead. The new Brezza, now with Turbo Booster Gen, lead every play.
पापा
सॉरी यार गलती हो गई है ये चोट खर्चा वर्चा
अरे लास्ट बॉल पे छक्का भी तुम्हारा
छक्का
सब कैशलेस हो गया है हाँ
ला भाई मेरा बैट वो अभी तो ठीक हुआ तू
चार्ज हुआ यार
बैट किसका है?
टाटा AIG है तो भरोसा है।
कुछ तो सस्ता लो,
सब बढ़िया लो।
इसमें क्या खास बात है?
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात।
Playing a role or playing it real, I always lead. The new Brezza, now with Turbo Booster Gen, lead every play.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट,
स्वाद बनाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है? स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और फरसान, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट,
स्वाद बनाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है? स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और फरसान, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट। गाड़ियों के साथ छोड़ दो, जवाब दो।
पुलिस ने हाथ खड़े कर दिए। पुलिस ने बोला कि हम कुछ नहीं करेंगे, आपका मैटर है।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Republic. I'm Aditi Bhardwaj. Day's biggest stories and what is in the headlines. We'll tell you more. But first, as usual, let's start with the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi meets new BJP team for 2029 at the BJP headquarters. Women leaders take the front row, focus on the Gen Z outreach. Another Congress influencer scam exposed. BJP releases video of influencer being offered rupees 30,000 to attend Rahul Gandhi's Pune event. Congress's own leader Charanjit Singh Channi distances himself from Rahul and co. Slams Congress for eulogizing anti-Sikh riot convict Sajjan Kumar. Republic is the only channel reporting outside Pakistan's Supreme Court. Imran has been kept in complete isolation for 3 years. No contact even with jail employees. Pakistani army tightens grip after new defense law. 3 Pakistani army companies deployed for 6 months in Rawalpindi after Imran Khan's party PTI announced long march. PTI moves Supreme Court against Pakistani government over Imran Khan's transfer to jail, files contempt of court petition. A fresh political row has erupted over Vande Mataram. The BJP has passed a resolution condemning the Congress for reaffirming its decision to sing only 2 stanzas of the national song at party events. The BJP has accused the Congress of political appeasement and announced a nationwide campaign to spread the history and significance of Vande Mataram. Take a look at our report.
The BJP has passed a resolution condemning the Congress over its decision to sing only 2 stanzas of Vande Mataram. The Saffron Party has announced a nationwide campaign to take the song's history and significance to every corner of the country. The BJP says there will be no compromise on the honor and legacy of the national song and accused the Congress of political appeasement. The row comes after the Congress Working Committee on August 19th reaffirmed its 1937 decision to limit the singing of Vande Mataram to the first 2 stanzas at party functions. BJP leader Sambit Patra alleged that the Congress's appeasement policy of 1937 is being repeated today.
कांग्रेस पार्टी ने जानबूझकर तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति को बढ़ाया है। यह कोई राजनीतिक विषय नहीं है। हम भी इसमें पीछे नहीं हटने वाले हैं। 2 नेशन थ्योरी को 1937 के कांग्रेस रिजोल्यूशन ने बोया था, वहां आरंभ हुआ था। पुनः यह जो कोशिश की गई है, इस कोशिश को किसी भी कीमत पे हम आगे नहीं बढ़ने देंगे।
Patra also pointed out that the complete version was sung on August 15th at the Red Fort, while only 2 stanzas were played at Congress headquarters.
कांग्रेस पार्टी में सोनिया जी और राहुल जी का व्यवहार 15 अगस्त को जो व्यवहार रहा और उसके बाद CWC में जो रिजोल्यूशन 1937 के रिजोल्यूशन को पुनः पारित किया, आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी के प्रथम पदाधिकारी बैठक में हमारे अध्यक्ष नितिन नवीन जी ने पुरजोर तरीके से ये कहा है कि यह जो विभाजन करने की बीज बोने की कोशिश कर रही है कांग्रेस पार्टी, हम कदाचित इसे नहीं होने देंगे।
The BJP resolution says the 1937 political compromise cannot override the constitutional and legal status of Vande Mataram. From a decision taken 9 decades ago to a fresh political flashpoint in 2026, Vande Mataram has once again become a major political battle line.
Bharti Mukhi's family is demanding answers after the 26-year-old was killed by a speeding Aston Martin in Hyderabad. The car was allegedly driven by the son of Janasena Party MP Lingamaneni Ramesh, but despite a case being registered, there has been no arrest so far. Take a look at what transpired next.
26-year-old Bharti was killed after a speeding Aston Martin hit her in Hyderabad.
Stop.
Bharti Mukhi was crossing the road near In-Orbit Mall in Madhapur on August 16 when the car hit her. The car was driven by Sanjush, son of Jan Sena Party MP Ligamaneni Ramesh. Bharti was rushed to private hospital but was declared dead. Police has registered a case under Section 106(1) of the BNS for causing death by negligence. But Sanjush has not been arrested so far. Questions are being raised if this is the case of a soft sentence for the MP's son. He was only issued a notice and was asked to appear before the police. For Bharti's family, the question is simple. Why has there been no arrest after a young woman lost her life?
हम लोग का बहन वही हम लोग का परिवार चला रहा था। हर महीना वो पैसा भेज रहा था, पढ़ाई वढ़ाई का सारा घर खर्चा, घर का सारे मतलब सब संभाल रहा था वो। सारे जिम्मेदारी उसी के पास में, हम लोग उसी का ये में हम लोग भरोसा में चल रहे थे। कोई एक हैदराबाद का एक नेता का बेटा बहुत स्पीड में मेरे बहन को ठोक दिया, वहीं पे स्पॉट डेथ हो गया। हम लोग अभी बहुत दुख और बहुत उदास में है, पूरा परिवार पूरा उदास में है। अभी परिवार के लिए देखभाल के लिए कोई ऐसा नहीं है।
Bharti's mother is grieving the loss of her daughter. She says Bharti was the sole breadwinner of the family.
कैसे करके मेरा बेटी को कैसे वो काम उसका कंपनी से उसका काम ऑन था, लंच करने जा रहा था मेरा बेटी, कैसे करके वो मेन रोड में कौन गाड़ी 100 आके मेरा बेटी को ठोक दिया, वहीं पर मेरा बेटी चले गया।
The case has now also triggered a political attack. BRS leader K. Kavita has questioned the Revanth Reddy government over the police action. Kavita has questioned why Section 105 was invoked for alleged rash driving and whether the police were acting under instructions from political masters. Police have denied any influence, saying the investigation will proceed on the basis of forensic, post-mortem and motor vehicle inspection reports.
A shocking family tragedy in Maharashtra's Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar. A 19-year-old boy who threatened to end his life after a dispute with his parents over the payment of EMI of his iPhone climbed a 400 to 500-foot hill, and despite desperate attempts by his parents, police, fire brigade personnel and villagers to save him, tragedy struck. The teenager fell, his father tried to grab him and fell too. And the mother, unable to bear the horror, also plunged from the cliff. 3 of her family wiped out in a single day over an iPhone. Take a look at the story.
One phone, one family dispute, and 3 lives lost. A horrifying tragedy unfolded in Maharashtra's Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. 19-year-old Kunal Changude climbed to the top of a cliff, threatening to end his life. Kunal had bought an iPhone and was allegedly pressurizing his family to pay the EMI. A dispute with his father over the payment escalated and Kunal went to the top of a hill, threatening to jump.
यही जगह है जहां पर कुणाल और कुणाल के पिता आके गिरे थे। मैं तस्वीरें ऊपर से दिखा रहा हूं, ऊपर का, और यहाँ जो चोटी है, पहाड़ की चोटी पर कुणाल खड़ा था और कुणाल के पिता लगातार उसको मनाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे। कुणाल की माता मनाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, गांव वाले लगातार मनाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, पुलिस द्वारा लगातार बातचीत किया जा रहा था और लगातार कोशिश किया जाता कि कुणाल को किसी तरह से बचाया जाए। आखिरकार जब 1 बजा, 10 बजे आया था, 1 बजा, तो कुणाल के पिता जो है कुणाल के नज़दीक गए और हाथ पकड़कर बचाने की कोशिश किए, खींचने की कोशिश की अपनी तरफ, लेकिन संतुलन बिगड़ा और ऊपर से पहाड़ी की चोटी से, मैं तस्वीरें दिखा रहा हूँ, पहाड़ी की चोटी से वहीं से गिरते हैं दोनों, कुणाल और कुणाल के पिता।
3 hours of tension followed with parents, villagers urging the team not to do anything drastic.
सरपंच ते गावचे आयफोन 15 प्रो दो. ऐक ना भैया, ऐक ना जरा, ऐक ना भैया, बस. अरे कुणाल तू समोर आहे. ऐक ना भैया, ऐक ना जरा, ऐक ना आमचं. अरे ऐक ना रे बाबा. तू उडी मारल्यानं कोणाचं मोठं नाव होणार आहे तुझं. आईसाठी काय होणार तुझं? आईसाठी जग ना.
Police arrived, fire brigade teams were called in. Villagers rushed to the spot. Everyone tried to talk him out of it, but all went in vain. Kunal suddenly jumped and his father rushed to save him, but lost their balance and plunged into the ravine. Following which the mother also jumped in horror and desperation.
आज हमको 11 बजे 112 पे कॉल आया था। खौड़ा डोंगर बोल के, जो खौड़ा डोंगर पे एक आदमी सुसाइड कर रहा है, ऐसा 112 को कॉल आने के बाद में हमारे 112 के कर्मचारी वहाँ चले गए। तो वहाँ एक आदमी, एक बच्चा जो सुसाइड करने के लिए खड़ा था और नीचे खोल 400-500 फीट खोल दरी थी। जब हमारे लोगों ने उनको समझाया।
In Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, a family's desperate race against time ended in tragedy. A phone, a family dispute, and a moment of desperation. Leaving behind 3 bodies and a family forever shattered.
A 31-year-old software engineer was beaten to death inside his own home in Delhi's Nihal Vihar. And the accused are members of his own family. The victim, Vinay Gupta's family, says a dispute with his wife over their child's medicine escalated into such a fatal attack, with his wife's brothers and relatives beating him to death in front of his parents. A family dispute that ended in a brutal killing and 2 children left without their father. Take a look at this report.
Strangled, beaten, and choked to death. A software engineer, Vinay Gupta, was beaten to death by his in-laws after a dispute with his wife in Delhi's Nihal Vihar area. Vinay's mother says it was just a matrimonial dispute that led to the tragic loss of her son.
ऐसा कोई लंबा चौड़ा झगड़ा नहीं था। मतलब जो बच्चे को खाली दवाई लगाने के ऊपर बात थी, कई दिन से बच्चे के यहाँ पे दाद हो रखा था, वो दवाई नहीं लगा रही थी। उस लड़के ने कई बार बोल दिया था कि दवाई लगा दे, दवाई लगा दे। उसने थोड़ा ऊंची आवाज़ में बोल दिया, जब उसने नहीं सुना तो कह रही तूने मेरे को ऊंची आवाज़ में बोलने का हक कैसे है, तू कैसे बोल सकता है मेरे को ऊंची आवाज़ में। 2-3 दिन से लड़का ऊपर भी नहीं जा रहा था। फिर कह रही तुझे मरवा दूंगी। मेरे भाई मतलब अपने भाइयों की धमकी देती थी कि मेरा भाई बहुत पैसे वाला है। उसका भाई पहले भी हमें धमकी दे के गया था कि मैं तो ना जमाइयों को मार देता हूँ, मेरे जमाई मेरे सामने नहीं बोल सकते।
The dispute quickly escalated when Rekha threatened to get Vinay killed by her brothers.
कल तो वो एकदम सुबह उतर के गई है नीचे, तो मैं कहती हूँ कि मैं कहाँ जा रही है, वो नहीं बोल रही। नीचे से इनके पापा भी थे तो उन्होंने कहा पता नहीं कहाँ जा रही है। गई तो इतने में अपने भाइयों मतलब 10 मिनट के अंदर बुध बिहार से अपने भाइयों को लेके आ गई। बड़े वाले भाई ने आके मेरे लड़के की गर्दन पकड़ ली और उसको मारने लगा। मैं सबने कहा भाई मार मत, तू बात तो बता। किसी ने नहीं सुनी। बड़े भाई ने तो गर्दन पकड़ ली, उसको घसीट दिया। दोनों भाई मतलब 100 किलो के दोनों भाई है, पेट पे छाती पे कूद गए। उसकी बीवी ने उसके हाथ पकड़ लिए, उसकी भाभी ने, मतलब सारे चिमट गए। मतलब 5 मिनट के अंदर मेरे लड़के की नाड़ तोड़ दी उन्होंने।
10 minutes later, Rekha summoned her brothers, sister-in-law, her father and her uncle to their home, where they beat Vinay to death in the presence of his own parents.
छोटे मोटे आर्गुमेंट्स हर जगह होते हैं, हर फैमिलीज़ में होते हैं, बट कोई इस लेवल पे नहीं जाता कि आप किसी का मर्डर कर दो। मेरे को जो मम्मी ने इंसिडेंट बताया है और सब बता रहे हैं कि बेरहमी से मारा गया है, उसको कॉन्टीन्यूसली मारा गया है। एक पॉइंट पे आके एक इंसान को लगता है कि वी शुड स्टॉप, कि इस पॉइंट पे आगे उसे कुछ हिट हो जाएगा, वो मर जाएगा। कॉन्टीन्यूसली उसको इंटरनल ब्लीडिंग हुई है, अभी उसका पोस्टमार्टम होगा, पूरी डिटेल्स अभी सामने आएंगी। कॉन्टीन्यूसली इंटरनल ब्लीडिंग हुई है, उसके होठ पे इंजरी है, इंटरनल पूरे के पूरी स्टमक में इंजरी है, और उसका गला चोक कर दिया है। और तब तक चोक करते रहे जब तक वो ऑलमोस्ट ख़त्म सा नहीं हो गया।
Police have arrested 4 individuals in connection in this case, including his wife Rekha and her 2 brothers. 31-year-old Vinay had married Rekha 3.5 years ago. They had twins, a boy and a girl. What began as a family dispute ended with a life lost, leaving behind 2 children without their father, parents without their son, and many unanswered questions.
Now, Congress MP Charanjit Singh Channi has publicly slammed fellow Congress leader Dipender Hooda over his remarks praising Sajjan Kumar as a role model. Hooda's comments have triggered outrage within the Sikh community. Channi called the remarks shameful, pointing to Sajjan Kumar's role in the 1984 anti-Sikh riots and accusing him of being responsible for the murder of Sikhs. Take a look at this report.
In a major embarrassment for the Congress party, its own leader Charanjit Singh Channi has distanced himself from Rahul and co over calling Sajjan Kumar a role model. Sajjan Kumar, former Congress leader, died at the age of 80 while serving a life sentence for his involvement in the 1984 anti-Sikh violence. However, a major row has erupted with the families of the 1984 Sikh genocide victims protesting over Dipender Hooda's comments, the Congress MP who called Sajjan Kumar a role model and described his death as an irreparable loss.
देश के राजनीतिक क्षितिज पे एक ऐसी क्षति हुई है जिसकी पूर्ति संभव नहीं है। सज्जन कुमार जी न सिर्फ दिल्ली देहात, पूरे उत्तर भारत ये ऐसी शख्सियत थे जिनका लोगों से जो जुड़ाव था वो एक मिसाल है। हमारे पूरे देश में उनकी मिसाल दी जाती है, वो किस तरीके से लोगों के सुख दुख के निभाने वाले। दिल्ली के विकास में जो उनका योगदान रहा है वो आज तक याद किया जाता है, उसके उदाहरण दिए जाते हैं।
The Delhi Sikh Gurudwara Management Committee stood with the victims' families outside Rahul Gandhi's residence over Dipender Hooda's remarks. And while all this was unfolding, Charanjit Singh Channi, Congress MP, categorically rejected the role model remarks by the Congress.
ਕੀਤਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ, ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਕੱਲੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੌਮ ਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਮਾਨਵਤਾ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਰਮਸਾਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਹਜ਼ਾਰਾਂ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਤਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ, ਟਾਇਰ ਗਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਟਾਇਰ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਸਾੜਿਆ ਗਿਆ, ਘਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੜ ਕੇ ਲੁੱਟਿਆ ਗਿਆ, ਪੱਤ ਰੋਲੀ ਗਈ। ਇਹ ਬੰਦਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਜ਼ਿੰਮੇਵਾਰ ਹੈ। ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੌਮ ਔਰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਮਾਫ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ हैं ਤੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਮਾਫ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ? ਇਹ ਬੰਦਾ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਨਿੰਦੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਘੱਟ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਗਦਾਰ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਬੰਦਾ। ਰੋਲ ਮਾਡਲ ਤਾਂ ਕਿਹਾ, ਇਹਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਲੈਣਾ ਵੀ ਪਾਪ ਹੈ।
In his interview, Channi called Sajjan Kumar a traitor and said that he had humiliated humanity by killing Sikhs during the decades-old violence.
सज्जन कुमार सिख कौम ਦਾ ਕਾਤਲ ਹੈ, गद्दार है। इन्हें साजिश की सिखा नूं मारन दी और मरवाए। इनू 2 बार उम्र कैद सज़ा हो चुकी। जब मैं मुख्यमंत्री बनया मैं उदों मंग की सी मैनू संभालो इनू, तां मैं पंजाब सरकार वालों दसां किस तरह मानवता का कत्ल किया जा रहा।
Congress now finds itself in a bind over their stance on Sajjan Kumar, with their own leaders coming out against them.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi was in BJP headquarters attending the crucial meeting with the party's newly appointed national office bearers. BJP President Nitin Nabin led his first meeting with the new team. The BJP has also formed a Gen Z outreach committee, which will begin engaging with young people from September. What's the significance of the women leader who took a front row at the meet? Take a look.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived at the BJP headquarters for a key meeting with the party's newly appointed national office bearers. BJP President Nitin Nabin held his first meeting with the new team and discussed about party's poll and outreach strategy.
It has indeed been a politically packed month with the formation of the new BJP national team under Nitin Nabin, setting the tone for upcoming elections. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today met the new office bearers here at BJP headquarters in New Delhi. The BJP's new national team is a reflection of balancing mix of leaders from all across the country. It includes young leaders as well as senior leaders, and a great push to youth and Northeast has been given in the new team. Earlier today, Nitin Nabin held an introductory meeting with the 65 members here in New Delhi. Meanwhile, a special program will be organized to commemorate Prime Minister Narendra Modi's 25 years in public service.
The BJP also formed Yuva Samvad, a special Gen Z outreach committee with Nitin Nabin, Smriti Irani, Vinod Taude and Gujarat Minister Harsh Sanghvi among its key members. The team will begin interacting with Gen Z from September, focusing on their concerns, aspirations and expectations. The outreach comes after the youth-led protests in July, which pushed the BJP step up its engagement with the young voters. The new BJP national team has 65 office bearers, including 51 new faces. The party says the reshuffle is aimed at strengthening its organization and grassroots connect.
Now, Republic TV is bringing you the inside story of Imran Khan from right outside Pakistan's Supreme Court. For days, questions swirled over Imran Khan's whereabouts and conditions, with his family and PTI demanding access and medical attention to Imran Khan. The Pakistan Supreme Court then directed Imran to be moved from Adiala jail to Shifa International Hospital for medical examination. But that is not what happened. Imran was instead taken to PIMS hospital in the dead of the night, with the Pakistan government citing security concerns. Republic TV is the only Indian channel reporting live from outside Pakistan Supreme Court, bringing you what really happened on the night Imran Khan was moved from jail to the hospital and then back to jail.
What really happened on the intervening night of August 20 and 21 when Imran Khan was moved out of Adiala jail? Pakistan's Supreme Court had directed that Imran be transferred to Shifa for medical examination and treatment. But Imran Khan was taken to PIMS instead of Shifa International Hospital in darkness with just a single torchlight. Republic TV reported live from outside the Pakistan Supreme Court.
तकरीबन जो है वो 20 और 21 अगस्त की जो दरमियानी रात है उसके अंदर इमरान खान साहब को अडियाला जेल से शिफा इंटरनेशनल हॉस्पिटल की शिफ्टिंग करनी थी और ये फैसला सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ पाकिस्तान ने दिया था और उनके 3 रुकनी बेंच ने ये फैसला दिया था। उस बेंच के अंदर जो है वो 3 मुअज़्ज़ज़ जजेस थे जिनमें जस्टिस शाहिद वहीद साहब थे, उनके साथ इश्तियाक इब्राहिम साहब थे और नईम अख्तर अफगान साहब थे। ये 3 जजेस ने ये फैसला दिया था कि इमरान खान साहब को मेडिकल बेसिस के ऊपर अडियाला जेल से जो है वो शिफा इंटरनेशनल हॉस्पिटल शिफ्ट किया जाए।
The government says PTI had assured that no workers would gather outside the hospital, but security concerns ultimately led to the change of plan.
तो उनको वहां पे बिठा दिया गया और एक कन्वाय जो है वो पिम्स हॉस्पिटल लेके जाया गया। जब पिम्स हॉस्पिटल पहुंचे तो पिम्स हॉस्पिटल के अंदर जो लाइट्स हैं वो बिल्कुल ऑफ थी और बिल्कुल अंधेरा था। इमरान खान साहब को जब वो आगे लेके जा रहे थे सिक्योरिटी वाले तो वो एक मोबाइल की जो टार्च होती है उस मोबाइल की टार्च के साथ जो है वो उनको मूव करवाया जा रहा था। उनको जो है वो तकरीबन कह रहे हैं आई थिंक सो कि फर्स्ट और सेकंड फ्लोर जो है वहां पे लेके गए और वहां पे उनको जाके बिठा दिया गया।
At PIMS, doctors conducted a detailed medical examination and declared Imran Khan medically fit, later taking him back to Adiala jail. Imran's sister, Uzma Khan, filed a contempt petition accusing senior Pakistani officials of violating the Supreme Court's transfer order. The plea seeks action against those responsible and asks the court to ensure compliance with its original direction.
मुलाकात थी वो बड़ी इमोशनल थी क्योंकि इमरान खान की बहन 9 मंथ के बाद जो है वो इमरान खान साहब से मुलाकात कर रही थी और उनकी जो आखिरी मुलाकात हुई थी वो 3 दिसंबर को हुई थी और आज जो है वो तकरीबन 22 है तो ये जो है ना तकरीबन 9 महीने का गैप था। 9 महीने का गैप के साथ जो है वो इमरान खान की बहन की उनके मुलाकात हुई, उन्होंने उनको गले लगाया और फिर डॉक्टर ने उनका आंख का मुआयना किया।
Meanwhile, fresh claims have emerged over Imran's condition and his treatment inside the prison. Imran Khan revealed that he developed anxiety, heart problems and hypertension due to solitary confinement and that even jail employees were not allowed to speak to him. Pakistani Supreme Court also revealed that Imran Khan was in no contact with families for 3 years while no picture of him had emerged.
इमरान खान मेडिकली फिट नहीं है। इमरान खान साहब का जो बीपी है वो बढ़ गया था। इमरान खान साहब को एंजाइटी है और एंजाइटी का जो लेवल है वो 3 पे है। मतलब ये है कि बहुत ज़्यादा जब आपका ह्यूमन इंटरेक्शन लो हो जाता है, आपका ह्यूमन इंटरेक्शन नहीं होता, किसी से आप बात नहीं कर पाते, तो फिर ये होता है कि आपको कह दे तन्हाई में जो है ना वो चीज़ें ना आपके पास रीडिंग मटेरियल होता है, उनको कोई अखबारात नहीं दिए जा रहे और उनको जो है वो टीवी प्रोवाइड नहीं किया जा रहा। ये उनके वकला कहते हैं, ये उनकी फैमिली कह रही है जो मुलाकात करने के बाद आए हैं।
His family and party have also raised allegations of medical neglect and mistreatment, claims rejected by the Pakistani government. Imran's party, PTI, now prepares for a long march in September. Now Imran is back in Adiala jail, but the questions over his whereabouts, treatment and transfer remain unanswered.
And with that, we are slipping into a very short break, but don't go anywhere. Keep watching Republic. We'll be back with more latest updates.
रंग 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 रंगीन रे देखो कैसे भी हो दिन रंग बना रहे बोझ पेंट्स रंग बना रहे रंग 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 रंगीन रे देखो कैसे भी हो दिन रंग 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 बना रहे रंग रंग रंगीन रे देखो कैसे भी हो दिन रंग 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 बना रहे रंग रंग रंगीन रे रंग 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 बना रहे बोझ पेंट्स रंग बना रहे। चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
पापा
सॉरी यार गलती हो गई है, ये चोट खर्चा वर्चा।
अरे लास्ट बॉल पे छक्का भी तुम्हारा।
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट,
स्वाद बनाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है? स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और परेशान, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
पुलिस ने हाथ खड़े कर दिए। पुलिस ने बोला कि हम कुछ नहीं करेंगे, आपका
Hello and welcome. You're watching Republic. I'm Aditi Bhardwaj. Day's biggest stories and what is in the headlines. We'll tell you more. But first, as usual, let's start with the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi meets new BJP team for 2029 at the BJP headquarters. Women leaders take the front row, focus on the Gen Z outreach. Another Congress influencer scam exposed. BJP releases video of influencer being offered ₹30,000 to attend Rahul Gandhi's Pune event. Congress's own leader Charanjit Singh Channi distances himself from Rahul and co, slams Congress for eulogizing anti-Sikh riot convict Sajjan Kumar. Republic is the only channel reporting outside Pakistan's Supreme Court. Imran has been kept in complete isolation for 3 years, no contact even with jail employees. Pakistani army tightens grip after new defense law. 3 Pakistani army companies deployed for 6 months in Rawalpindi after Imran Khan's party PTI announced long march. PTI moves Supreme Court against Pakistani government over Imran Khan's transfer to jail, files contempt of court petition. A fresh political row has erupted over Vande Mataram. The BJP has passed a resolution condemning the Congress for reaffirming its decision to sing only 2 stanzas of the national song at party events. The BJP has accused the Congress of political appeasement and announced a nationwide campaign to spread the history and significance of Vande Mataram. Take a look at our report.
The BJP has passed a resolution condemning the Congress over its decision to sing only 2 stanzas of Vande Mataram.
Mataram, Vande Mataram.
The Saffron Party has announced a nationwide campaign to take the song's history and significance to every corner of the country. The BJP says there will be no compromise on the honor and legacy of the national song and accused the Congress of political appeasement. The row comes after the Congress Working Committee on August 19th reaffirmed its 1937 decision to limit the singing of Vande Mataram to the first two stanzas at party functions. BJP leader Sambit Patra alleged that the Congress's appeasement policy of 1937 is being repeated today.
कांग्रेस पार्टी ने जानबूझकर तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति को बढ़ाया है। यह कोई राजनीतिक विषय नहीं है। हम भी इसमें पीछे नहीं हटने वाले हैं। टू नेशन थ्योरी को 1937 के कांग्रेस रिजोल्यूशन ने बोया था, वहां आरंभ हुआ था। पुनः यह जो कोशिश की गई है, इस कोशिश को किसी भी कीमत पे हम आगे नहीं बढ़ने देंगे।
Patra also pointed out that the complete version was sung on August 15th at the Red Fort, while only two stanzas were played at Congress headquarters.
कांग्रेस पार्टी में सोनिया जी और राहुल जी का व्यवहार 15 अगस्त को जो व्यवहार रहा और उसके बाद CWC में जो रिजोल्यूशन 1937 के रिजोल्यूशन को पुनः पारित किया, आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी के प्रथम पदाधिकारी बैठक में हमारे अध्यक्ष नितिन नवीन जी ने पुरजोर तरीके से ये कहा है कि यह जो विभाजन करने की बीज बोने की कोशिश कर रही है कांग्रेस पार्टी, हम कदाचित इसे नहीं होने देंगे।
The BJP resolution says the 1937 political compromise cannot override the constitutional and legal status of Vande Mataram. From a decision taken 9 decades ago to a fresh political flashpoint in 2026, Vande Mataram has once again become a major political battle line.
Bharti Mukhi's family is demanding answers after the 26-year-old was killed by a speeding Aston Martin in Hyderabad. The car was allegedly driven by the son of Janasena Party MP Lingamaneni Ramesh, but despite a case being registered, there has been no arrest so far. Take a look at what transpired next.
26-year-old Bharti was killed after a speeding Aston Martin hit her in Hyderabad.
Stop.
Bharti Mukhi was crossing the road near In-Orbit Mall in Madhapur on August 16 when the car hit her. The car was driven by Sanjush, son of Jan Sena Party MP Ligamaneni Ramesh. Bharti was rushed to private hospital but was declared dead. Police has registered a case under Section 106(1) of the BNS for causing death by negligence. But Sanjush has not been arrested so far. Questions are being raised if this is the case of a soft sentence for the MP's son. He was only issued a notice and was asked to appear before the police. For Bharti's family, the question is simple. Why has there been no arrest after a young woman lost her life?
हम लोग का बहन वही हम लोग का परिवार चला रहा था। हर महीना वो पैसा भेज रहा था, पढ़ाई वढ़ाई का सारा घर खर्चा, घर का सारे मतलब सब संभाल रहा था। वो सारे जिम्मेदारी उसी के पास में, हम लोग उसी का ये में हम लोग भरोसा में चल रहे थे। कोई एक हैदराबाद का एक नेता का बेटा बहुत स्पीड में मेरे बहन को ठोक दिया, वहीं पे स्पॉट डेथ हो गया। हम लोग अभी बहुत दुख और बहुत उदास में है, पूरा परिवार पूरा उदास में है। अभी परिवार के लिए देखभाल के लिए कोई ऐसा नहीं है।
Bharti's mother is grieving the loss of her daughter. She says Bharti was the sole breadwinner of the family.
कैसे करके मेरा बेटी को कैसे वो काम उसका कंपनी से उसका काम ऑन था, लंच करने जा रहा था मेरा बेटी, कैसे करके वो मेन रोड में कौन गाड़ी 100 आके मेरा बेटी को ठोक दिया, वहीं पर मेरा बेटी चले गया।
The case has now also triggered a political attack. BRS leader K. Kavita has questioned the Revanth Reddy government over the police action. Kavita has questioned why Section 105 was invoked for alleged rash driving and whether the police were acting under instructions from political masters. Police have denied any influence, saying the investigation will proceed on the basis of forensic, post-mortem and motor vehicle inspection reports.
A shocking family tragedy in Maharashtra's Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar. A 19-year-old boy who threatened to end his life after a dispute with his parents over the payment of EMI of his iPhone climbed a 400 to 500-foot hill, and despite desperate attempts by his parents, police, fire brigade personnel and villagers to save him, tragedy struck. The teenager fell, his father tried to grab him and fell too, and the mother, unable to bear the horror, also plunged from the cliff. 3 of her family wiped out in a single day over an iPhone. Take a look at the story.
One phone, one family dispute and 3 lives lost. A horrifying tragedy unfolded in Maharashtra's Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar. 19-year-old Kunal Changude climbed to the top of a cliff, threatening to end his life. Kunal had bought an iPhone and was allegedly pressurizing his family to pay the EMI. A dispute with his father over the payment escalated and Kunal went to the top of a hill, threatening to jump.
यही जगह है जहां पर कुणाल और कुणाल के पिता आके गिरे थे। मैं तस्वीरें ऊपर से दिखा रहा हूं, ऊपर का, और यहाँ जो चोटी है, पहाड़ की चोटी पर कुणाल खड़ा था और कुणाल के पिता लगातार उसको मनाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे। कुणाल की माता मनाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, गांव वाले लगातार मनाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, पुलिस द्वारा लगातार बातचीत किया जा रहा था और लगातार कोशिश किया जाता कि कुणाल को किसी तरह से बचाया जाए। आखिरकार जब 1 बजा, 10 बजे आया था, 1 बजा, तो कुणाल के पिता जो है कुणाल के नज़दीक गए और हाथ पकड़कर बचाने की कोशिश किए, खींचने की कोशिश की अपनी तरफ, लेकिन संतुलन बिगड़ा और ऊपर से पहाड़ी की चोटी से, मैं तस्वीरें दिखा रहा हूँ, पहाड़ी की चोटी से वहीं से गिरते हैं दोनों, कुणाल और कुणाल के पिता।
3 hours of tension followed with parents, villagers urging the team not to do anything drastic.
सरपंच ते गावचे आयफोन 15 प्रो आहे तो। ऐक ना भैया, भैया ऐक ना जरा, ऐक ना भैया बस। अरे कुणाल तू समोर आहे, ऐक ना भैया, ऐक ना जरा, ऐक ना आमचं। अरे ऐक रे बाबा, तू उडी मारल्यानं कोणाचं मोठं नाव होणार आहे? आईसाठी काय होणार तुझं? आईसाठी जग ना।
Police arrived, fire brigade teams were called in. Villagers rushed to the spot. Everyone tried to talk him out of it, but all went in vain. Kunal suddenly jumped and his father rushed to save him, but lost their balance and plunged into the ravine. Following which the mother also jumped in horror and desperation.
आज हमको 11 बजे 112 पे कॉल आया था। खौड़ा डोंगर बोल के, जो खौड़ा डोंगर पे एक आदमी सुसाइड कर रहा है, ऐसा 112 को कॉल आने के बाद में हमारे 112 के कर्मचारी वहाँ चले गए। तो वहाँ एक आदमी, एक बच्चा जो सुसाइड करने के लिए खड़ा था और नीचे खोल 400-500 फीट खोल दरी थी। जब हमारे लोगों ने उनको समझाया।
In Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar, a family's desperate race against time ended in tragedy. A phone, a family dispute, and a moment of desperation. Leaving behind 3 bodies and a family forever shattered.
A 31-year-old software engineer was beaten to death inside his own home in Delhi's Nihal Vihar. And the accused are members of his own family. The victim, Vinay Gupta's family, says a dispute with his wife over their child's medicine escalated into such a fatal attack, with his wife's brothers and relatives beating him to death in front of his parents. A family dispute that ended in a brutal killing and 2 children left without their father. Take a look at this report.
Strangled, beaten and choked to death. A software engineer, Vinay Gupta, was beaten to death by his in-laws after a dispute with his wife in Delhi's Nihal Vihar area.
Breaking news coming in at this hour. A 7-story under construction building collapsed in Madhapur in Hyderabad, where at least 2 people have died. Bodies have been recovered by the rescue operation teams that were taking the operation in Hyderabad. And now what we are learning is that there are some claims that this building was unauthorized. And now CCTV footage has also been accessed by Republic, which shows the exact moment of that building when it falls like a pack of cards. While some workers were present at the site, the building suddenly collapsed. Initially, officials believed there was no one inside the structure. And these are the visuals of the rescue operation that were underway. You can see how they were trying to rescue those who were trapped beneath the debris. But you can see that how in a dilapidated condition it became like when the under construction building suddenly collapsed and 2 people have lost their lives. My colleague Aishwarya is also joining me with more details. Aishwarya, tell us about, is the rescue operation still underway, and how many people are confirmed to be dead?
Well, 2 of them have until now confirmed dead, and all the rescue operations have been completed. The debris have the clearance of debris have also been completed, and what we're learning is that this is an illegal construction that was being constructed in Madhapur area in Hyderabad, where the cellar was being tried to they were trying to expand the cellar. However, 4 months ago, the government, the civic body told that they gave them the notice saying to halt the construction, calling it an illegal construction. It was a G+7+1 construction, that is 6 floors plus 1 cellar construction that was that did not give that did not take authorized permissions, and that is the reason because it was also very close to a nala, that is like a tank. That is the reason no permission also was properly given to this particular construction. However, what the Hydra, that is the disaster response, and the GHMC and the police have confirmed that without their knowledge, illegal construction had begun just yesterday and today. Before it came to the notice, a collapse had happened in the afternoon, during the afternoon, leaving 2 dead and several other workers who were trapped inside injured. Initially, because it was a construction that was halted before the police thought that there was nobody inside, but later when they started to clear debris, they saw 1 dead body. That they found 1 and recovered it, and later they found another one also. Currently, whoever injured are being taken to hospital and they are under treatment. And until now, only 2 are confirmed dead. And more information, the police, Hydra, as well as the DCP Kukatpalli has clearly said that they will take strict action against the landowner as well as the contractor who had allowed this particular construction to happen, despite already notice being served for the halt of construction as well.
Aishwarya, this is a clear case of negligence by authorities, by contractor. What were the authorities doing? How can an illegal construction take place, which you have said that this was an illegal construction? How can this go around in an area where the authorities are just sleeping on the fact that there is construction going on? Despite there being a clear order that there should not be any construction happening, and then such tragedy occurs where 2 people are dead, and now the cops are saying that there will be stern action. But what about the authorities? What about the contractor? Where is he? Has he been arrested so far?
Well, it is a clear negligence when it comes to the contractor as well, be the police, the authorities, the civic body, the GHMC, as well as the Hydra, which was constituted or specially to take care of these kind of issues where illegal constructions, disaster management, all these come under Hydra, which was a pet project for Chief Minister Revanth Reddy, where after he came to power, he immediately ordered for Hydra so that these kind of concerns, the real estate concerns, are taken care of by a separate body, so that it doesn't depend entirely on GHMC or the Hyderabad Municipal Commissioner will be extra burdened. But however, here we can see that it is a clear negligence by the Hydra as well as the police, where they could, though there was a notice served to them when the construction started, to the contractor as well as the landowner to halt the construction 4 months ago. There was under construction, the illegal construction was being continued, and the police said that they had made sure that they halted the construction. However, without the knowledge, discrepantly, they were continuing with the construction, and that is how such a unfortunate accident had happened, leaving two workers dead and several others injured as well. So who is going to take the responsibility of the workers who are dead is something the question is being raised. The Congress government here is just saying that we already have given them the notice to halt the construction, and we have taken our own we have given the order for to stop the construction. We have or given our orders, but it happened without our knowledge. This is not the answer that the ruling government could give when 2 workers are already dead.
But isn't that irresponsible statement coming in from the Revanth Reddy government, the Congress MLA of this Madhapur area? He is claiming that, we did not allow such construction to happen. It was illegal. If they knew it was happening, if they knew there was illegal construction, how can the Congress ensure safety of people?
Well, it is the question being raised by the opposition as well, that when such a construction under the nose of the Congress government, despite they claiming that they have given the notice to halt the construction is happening, then it just shows the poor governance or the lack of control that the government has over its civic body or whatever happening under its nose. So is the government just using this particular notice that it had served 4 months ago as a cover-up so that this entire blame does not fall over the government, is something the opposition is also raising, because they're just shielding behind a notice that has been served to halt the construction is not merely enough when 2 workers are dead and the construction was still going on despite the notice being served. This is a question that are being asked by the opposition, by the public, saying that why was no action taken when a notice was served, the construction was underway? Why was there no action taken until and unless it went to where they had to die?
Right, and Aishwarya, while we continue to track all the updates, there are also reports coming in that while the Congress is trying to, shun the blame and saying that we were aware of it, that there is an illegal construction, that's why we served notice and now. But what about the authorities there on the ground doing right now? Is there a case registered against the company?
Yes, our case has been registered. The DCP has said that she will take strict action, finding out the owner, finding out the landowner as well as the contractor. They will serve them notice, and they will be booked under relevant sections, and they will be taken into custody as well, is what the police have confirmed to us, and an FIR has been registered, and further investigation is also underway, and stern action will be taken against them, is what the police have also said. We are waiting for the investigation to finish so that the concerned authorities are taken into custody and booked under relevant section.
And Aishwarya, how many do you think in the Madhapur area? This is one killer negligence that we have on camera. But how many more buildings are around this? One 7-story building was there, but how many other buildings were around this particular building? There are reports that damage has been done to these buildings as well. Are we hearing any substantial damage reports coming in?
This particular building had collapsed, leaving little damages in and around, very negligent damages. However, as you pointed out, this is just not one-off case because Madhapur is kind of an area where in Hyderabad it is a very posh area. It is known for its rich real estate projects that are built in and around because of its IT attraction, that is and the growing IT population as well. And that is the reason several illegal constructions, several land encroachments happen in this particular area. It is famous for such kind of scams that happen in this area, and one such building being collapsed is just another mirror to how poor the GHMC is working under, especially in areas such as these real estate areas. Cases can come very regularly, and police scrutiny and the GHMC scrutiny as well as government scrutiny should be more tighter in these areas, so that the common people who believe in these real estate projects or who purchase such houses after construction should not be in the side where they are actually in a disadvantageous side. So this just shows how poor the area, the scrutiny over these kind of constructions are, especially when it comes to GHMC, Hydra, as well as the Congress government here.
Absolutely. Killer negligence and then now shedding responsibility over the probe that will take place. What is the government's role and what is the civic authority doing over there? There are several questions raised, but 2 lives have been lost. On your screens, you can see the moment of the building collapse. It was an illegal, unauthorized building that was still there. There were people inside the building constructing it, despite there being a notice against the building, but nothing was taken into consideration. And now that the tragedy has struck, the contractor is facing action. The Congress MLA over there said that we knew about it and we served a notice saying that there should not be any illegal construction, but no action has been taken so far against the contractor or the people responsible for this building collapse, while 2 lives have been lost. With that, we are slipping into a very short break, but don't go anywhere. Keep watching Republic. We will give you more latest updates and news.
कुछ तो सस्ता लो,
सब बढ़िया लो।
इसमें क्या खास बात है?
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात।
पापा,
सॉरी यार, गलती हो गई है। ये चोट खर्चा वर्चा।
अरे लास्ट बॉल पे छक्का भी तुम्हारा।
छक्का?
सब कैशलेस हो गया है। हाँ।
ला भाई मेरा बैट।
वो अभी तो ठीक हुआ तू।
जो डिस्चार्ज हुआ यार।
बैट किसका है?
टाटा AIG है तो भरोसा है।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। अब बताओ, स्वाद आया? आया।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
Pure.
Two workers were killed and several others injured after a reactor exploded at a pharmaceutical company near Pochampalli Mandal of Telangana's Yadari Bhongi district. The explosion triggered a fire at the company premises, prompting fire personnel to rush to the spot and bring the flames under control. According to the police, the incident occurred late on Friday night in the unit. 2 injured workers were shifted to Hyderabad for treatment. However, they succumbed to their injuries while undergoing the treatment. Panic prevailed among villagers following the incident, as this was the second such accident at the plant within 3 months. Although the exact cause of the reactor explosion is yet to be ascertained, authorities have begun an investigation into the incident.
पापा,
सॉरी यार, गलती हो गई है। ये चोट खर्चा वर्चा।
अरे लास्ट बॉल पे छक्का भी तुम्हारा।
छक्का?
सब कैशलेस हो गया है। हाँ।
ला भाई मेरा बैट।
वो अभी तो ठीक हुआ तू।
जो डिस्चार्ज हुआ यार।
बैट किसका है?
टाटा AIG है तो भरोसा है।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। अब बताओ, स्वाद आया? आया।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
गाड़ियों के साथ जवाब दो।
Hello and welcome. You're watching Republic. I'm Aditi Bhardwaj. Day's biggest stories and what is in the headlines. We'll tell you more. But first, as usual, let's start with the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi meets new BJP team for 2029 at the BJP headquarters. Women leaders take the front row, focus on the Gen Z outreach. Another Congress influencer scam exposed. BJP releases video of influencer being offered rupees 30,000 to attend Rahul Gandhi's Pune event. Congress's own leader Charanjit Singh Channi distances himself from Rahul and co. Slams Congress for eulogizing anti-Sikh riot convict Sajjan Kumar. Republic is the only channel reporting outside Pakistan Supreme Court. Imran has been kept in complete isolation for 3 years. No contact even with jail employees. Pakistani army tightens grip after new defense law. 3 Pakistani army companies deployed for 6 months in Rawalpindi after Imran Khan's party PTI announced long march. PTI moves Supreme Court against Pakistani government over Imran Khan's transfer to jail, files contempt of court petition. A fresh political row has erupted over Vande Mataram. The BJP has passed a resolution condemning the Congress for reaffirming its decision to sing only 2 stanzas of the national song at party events. The BJP has accused the Congress of political appeasement and announced a nationwide campaign to spread the history and significance of Vande Mataram. Take a look at our report.
The BJP has passed a resolution condemning the Congress over its decision to sing only 2 stanzas of Vande Mataram.
Mataram, Vande Mataram.
The Saffron Party has announced a nationwide campaign to take the song's history and significance to every corner of the country. The BJP says there will be no compromise on the honor and legacy of the national song and accuse the Congress of political appeasement. The row comes after the Congress Working Committee on August 19th reaffirmed its 1937 decision to limit the singing of Vande Mataram to the first 2 stanzas at party functions. BJP leader Sambit Patra alleged that the Congress's appeasement policy of 1937 is being repeated today.
कांग्रेस पार्टी ने जानबूझकर तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति को बढ़ाया है। यह कोई राजनीतिक विषय नहीं है। हम भी इसमें पीछे नहीं हटने वाले हैं। 2 नेशन थ्योरी को 1937 के कांग्रेस रिजोल्यूशन ने बोया था, वहां आरंभ हुआ था। पुनः यह जो कोशिश की गई है, इस कोशिश को किसी भी कीमत पे हम आगे नहीं बढ़ने देंगे।
Patra also pointed out that the complete version was sung on August 15th at the Red Fort, while only 2 stanzas were played at Congress headquarters.
कांग्रेस पार्टी में सोनिया जी और राहुल जी का व्यवहार 15 अगस्त को जो व्यवहार रहा और उसके बाद CWC में जो रिजोल्यूशन 1937 के रिजोल्यूशन को पुनः पारित किया, आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी के प्रथम पदाधिकारी बैठक में हमारे अध्यक्ष नितिन नवीन जी ने पुरजोर तरीके से ये कहा है कि यह जो विभाजन करने की बीज बोने की कोशिश कर रही है कांग्रेस पार्टी, हम कदाचित इसे नहीं होने देंगे।
The BJP resolution says the 1937 political compromise cannot override the constitutional and legal status of Vande Mataram. From a decision taken 9 decades ago to a fresh political flashpoint in 2026, Vande Mataram has once again become a major political battle line.
Bharti Mukhi's family is demanding answers after the 26-year-old was killed by a speeding Aston Martin in Hyderabad. The car was allegedly driven by the son of Janasena Party MP Lingamaneni Ramesh, but despite a case being registered, there has been no arrest so far. Take a look at what transpired next.
26-year-old Bharti was killed after a speeding Aston Martin hit her in Hyderabad.
Stop.
Bharti Mukhi was crossing the road near In-Orbit Mall in Madhapur on August 16 when the car hit her. The car was driven by Sanjush, son of Jan Sena Party MP Ligamaneni Ramesh. Bharti was rushed to private hospital but was declared dead. Police has registered a case under Section 106(1) of the BNS for causing death by negligence. But Sanjush has not been arrested so far. Questions are being raised if this is the case of a soft sentence for the MP's son. He was only issued a notice and was asked to appear before the police. For Bharti's family, the question is simple. Why has there been no arrest after a young woman lost her life?
हम लोग का बहन वही हम लोग का परिवार चला रहा था। हर महीना वो पैसा भेज रहा था, पढ़ाई वढ़ाई का सब घर खर्चा, घर का सारे मतलब सब संभाल रहा था वो। सारे जिम्मेदारी उसी के पास में, हम लोग उसी का ये में हम लोग भरोसा में चल रहे थे। कोई एक हैदराबाद का एक नेता का बेटा बहुत स्पीड में मेरे बहन को ठोक दिया, वहीं पे स्पॉट डेथ हो गया। हम लोग अभी बहुत दुख और बहुत उदास में है, पूरा परिवार पूरा उदास में है। अभी परिवार के लिए देखभाल के लिए कोई ऐसा नहीं है।
Bharti's mother is grieving the loss of her daughter. She says Bharti was the sole breadwinner of the family.
कैसे करके मेरा बेटी को कैसे वो काम उसका कंपनी से उसका काम ऑन था, लंच करने जा रहा था मेरा बेटी, कैसे करके वो मेन रोड में कौन गाड़ी 100 आके मेरा बेटी को ठोक दिया, वहीं पर मेरा बेटी चले गया।
The case has now also triggered a political attack. BRS leader K. Kavita has questioned the Revanth Reddy government over the police action. Kavita has questioned why Section 105 was invoked for alleged rash driving and whether the police were acting under instructions from political masters. Police have denied any influence, saying the investigation will proceed on the basis of forensic, post-mortem and motor vehicle inspection reports.
A shocking family tragedy in Maharashtra's Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar. A 19-year-old boy who threatened to end his life after a dispute with his parents over the payment of EMI of his iPhone climbed a 400 to 500-foot hill, and despite desperate attempts by his parents, police, fire brigade personnel and villagers to save him, tragedy struck. The teenager fell, his father tried to grab him and fell too. And the mother, unable to bear the horror, also plunged from the cliff. 3 of her family wiped out in a single day over an iPhone. Take a look at the story.
One phone, one family dispute and 3 lives lost. A horrifying tragedy unfolded in Maharashtra's Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar. 19-year-old Kunal Changude climbed to the top of a cliff. threatening to end his life. Kunal had bought an iPhone and was allegedly pressurizing his family to pay the EMI. A dispute with his father over the payment escalated and Kunal went to the top of a hill threatening to jump.
यही जगह है जहां पर कुणाल और कुणाल के पिता आके गिरे थे। मैं तस्वीरें ऊपर से दिखा रहा हूं, ऊपर का, और यहां जो चोटी है, पहाड़ की चोटी पर कुणाल खड़ा था और कुणाल के पिता लगातार उसको मनाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे। कुणाल की माता मनाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, गांव वाले लगातार मनाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, पुलिस द्वारा लगातार बातचीत किया जा रहा था और लगातार कोशिश किया जाता कि कुणाल को किसी तरह से बचाया जाए। आखिरकार जब 1 बजा, 10 बजे आया था, 1 बजा, तो कुणाल के पिता जो है कुणाल के नज़दीक गए और हाथ पकड़कर बचाने की कोशिश किए, खींचने की कोशिश की अपनी तरफ, लेकिन संतुलन बिगड़ा और ऊपर से पहाड़ी की चोटी से, मैं तस्वीरें दिखा रहा हूँ, पहाड़ी की चोटी से वहीं से गिरते हैं दोनों, कुणाल और कुणाल के पिता।
3 hours of tension followed with parents, villagers urging the team not to do anything drastic.
सरपंच ते गावचे आयफोन 15 प्रो दो। ऐक ना भैया, भैया ऐक ना जरा, ऐक ना भैया बस। अरे कुणाल तू समोर आहे, ऐक ना भैया, ऐक ना जरा, ऐक ना आमचं। अरे ऐक रे रे बाबा, तू उडी मारल्यानं कोणाचं कोण नाव होणार आहे? आईसाठी काय होणार तुझं? आईसाठी जग ना।
Police arrived, fire brigade teams were called in. Villagers rushed to the spot. Everyone tried to talk him out of it, but all went in vain. Kunal suddenly jumped and his father rushed to save him, but lost their balance and plunged into the ravine. Following which the mother also jumped in horror and desperation.
आज हमको 11 बजे 112 पे कॉल आया था। खौड़ा डोंगर बोल के, जो खौड़ा डोंगर पे एक आदमी सुसाइड कर रहा है, ऐसा 112 को कॉल आने के बाद में हमारे 112 के कर्मचारी वहाँ चले गए। तो वहाँ एक आदमी, एक बच्चा जो सुसाइड करने के लिए खड़ा था और नीचे खोल 400-500 फीट खोल दरी थी। जब हमारे लोगों ने उनको समझाया।
In Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, a family's desperate race against time ended in tragedy. A phone, a family dispute, and a moment of desperation. Leaving behind 3 bodies and a family forever shattered.
A 31-year-old software engineer was beaten to death inside his own home in Delhi's Nihal Vihar. And the accused are members of his own family. The victim, Vinay Gupta's family, says a dispute with his wife over their child's medicine escalated into such a fatal attack, with his wife's brothers and relatives beating him to death in front of his parents. A family dispute that ended in a brutal killing and 2 children left without their father. Take a look at this report.
Strangled, beaten, and choked to death. A software engineer, Vinay Gupta, was beaten to death by his in-laws after a dispute with his wife in Delhi's Nihal Vihar area. Vinay's mother says it was just a matrimonial dispute that led to the tragic loss of her son.
ऐसा कोई लंबा चौड़ा झगड़ा नहीं था, मतलब जो बच्चे को खाली दवाई लगाने के ऊपर बात थी। कई दिन से बच्चे के यहाँ पे दाद हो रखा था, वो दवाई नहीं लगा रही थी। उस लड़के ने कई बार बोल दिया था कि दवाई लगा दे, दवाई लगा दे। उसने थोड़ा ऊंची आवाज़ में बोल दिया, जब उसने नहीं सुना तो कह रही तेरे को, तूने मेरे को ऊंची आवाज़ में बोलने का हक कैसे है? तू कैसे बोल सकता है मेरे को ऊंची आवाज़ में? 2-3 दिन से लड़का ऊपर भी नहीं जा रहा था। फिर कह रही तुझे मरवा दूंगी। मेरे भाई, मतलब अपने भाइयों की धमकी देती थी कि मेरा भाई बहुत पैसे वाला। उसका भाई पहले भी हमें धमकी दे के गया था कि मैं तो ना जमाइयों को मार देता हूँ, मेरे जमाई मेरे सामने नहीं बोल सकते।
The dispute quickly escalated when Rekha threatened to get Vinay killed by her brothers.
कल तो वो एकदम सुबह सुबह उतर के गई है नीचे, तो मैं कहती कि मैं कहाँ जा रही है, कहाँ जा रही है, वो नहीं बोल रही। नीचे से इनके पापा भी थे, तो उन्होंने कहा पता नहीं कहाँ जा रही है। गई तो इतने में अपने भाइयों, मतलब 10 मिनट के अंदर बुध बिहार से अपने भाइयों को लेके आ गई। बड़े वाले भाई ने आके मेरे लड़के की गर्दन पकड़ ली और उसको मारने लगा। मैंने सबने कहा भाई मार मत, तू बात तो बता। किसी ने नहीं सुनी। बड़े भाई ने तो गर्दन पकड़ ली, उसको घसीट दिया। दोनों भाई मतलब 100 किलो के दोनों भाई है, पेट पे छाती पे कूद गए। उसकी बीवी ने उसके हाथ पकड़ लिए, उसकी भाभी ने, मतलब सारे चिमट गए। मतलब 5 मिनट के अंदर अंदर मेरे लड़के की नाड़ तोड़ दी उन्होंने।
10 minutes later, Rekha summoned her brothers, sister-in-law, her father and her uncle to their home, where they beat Vinay to death in the presence of his own parents.
छोटे मोटे आर्गुमेंट्स हर जगह होते हैं, हर फैमिलीज़ में होते हैं, बट कोई इस लेवल पे नहीं जाता कि आप किसी का मर्डर कर दो। मेरे को जो मम्मी ने इंसिडेंट बताया और सब बता रहे हैं कि बेरहमी से मारा गया है, उसको कॉन्टीन्यूसली मारा गया है। एक पॉइंट पे आके एक इंसान को लगता है कि वी शुड स्टॉप, कि इस पॉइंट पे आगे उसे कुछ हिट हो जाएगा, वो मर जाएगा। कॉन्टीन्यूसली उसको इंटरनल ब्लीडिंग हुई है, अभी उसका पोस्टमार्टम होगा, पूरी डिटेल्स अभी सामने आएंगी। कॉन्टीन्यूसली इंटरनल ब्लीडिंग हुई है, उसके होठ पे इंजरी है, इंटरनल पूरे के पूरी स्टमक में इंजरी है, और उसका गला चोक कर दिया है। और तब तक चोक करते रहे जब तक वो ऑलमोस्ट ख़त्म सा नहीं हो गया।
Police have arrested 4 individuals in connection in this case, including his wife Rekha and her 2 brothers. 31-year-old Vinay had married Rekha 3.5 years ago. They had twins, a boy and a girl. What began as a family dispute ended with a life lost, leaving behind 2 children without their father, parents without their son, and many unanswered questions.
Now, Congress MP Charanjit Singh Channi has publicly slammed fellow Congress leader Dipender Hooda over his remarks praising Sajjan Kumar as a role model. Hooda's comments have triggered outrage within the Sikh community. Channi called the remarks shameful, pointing to Sajjan Kumar's role in the 1984 anti-Sikh riots and accusing him of being responsible for the murder of Sikhs. Take a look at this report.
In a major embarrassment for the Congress party, its own leader Charanjit Singh Channi has distanced himself from Rahul and co over calling Sajjan Kumar a role model. Sajjan Kumar, former Congress leader, died at the age of 80 while serving a life sentence for his involvement in the 1984 anti-Sikh violence. However, a major row has erupted with the families of the 1984 Sikh genocide victims protesting over Dipender Hooda's comments, the Congress MP who called Sajjan Kumar a role model and described his death as an irreparable loss.
देश के राजनीतिक क्षितिज पे एक ऐसी क्षति हुई है जिसकी पूर्ति संभव नहीं है। सज्जन कुमार जी न सिर्फ दिल्ली देहात, पूरे उत्तर भारत की ऐसी शख्सियत थे जिनका लोगों से जो जुड़ाव था वो एक मिसाल है। हमारे पूरे देश में उनकी मिसाल दी जाती है, वो किस तरीके से लोगों के सुख दुख के निभाने वाले। दिल्ली के विकास में जो उनका योगदान रहा है वो आज तक याद किया जाता है, उसके उदाहरण दिए जाते हैं।
The Delhi Sikh Gurudwara Management Committee stood with the victims' families outside Rahul Gandhi's residence over Dipender Hooda's remarks. And while all this was unfolding, Charanjit Singh Channi, Congress MP, categorically rejected the role model remarks by the Congress.
ਕੀਤਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਕੱਲੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੌਮ ਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਇਸ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਮਾਨਵਤਾ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਰਮਸਾਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ। ਹਜ਼ਾਰਾਂ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਤਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ, ਟਾਇਰ ਗਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਟਾਇਰ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਸਾੜਿਆ ਗਿਆ, ਘਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੜ ਕੇ ਲੁੱਟਿਆ ਗਿਆ, ਪੱਤ ਰੋਲੀ ਗਈ। ਇਹ ਬੰਦਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਜ਼ਿੰਮੇਵਾਰ ਹੈ। ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੌਮ ਔਰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਮਾਫ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਤੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਮਾਫ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ? ਇਹ ਬੰਦਾ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਨਿੰਦੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਘੱਟ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਗਦਾਰ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਬੰਦਾ। ਰੋਲ ਮਾਡਲ ਤਾਂ ਕਿਹਾ, ਇਹਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਲੈਣਾ ਵੀ ਪਾਪ ਹੈ।
In his interview, Channi called Sajjan Kumar a traitor and said that he had humiliated humanity by killing Sikhs during the decades-old violence.
ਸੱਜਣ ਕੁਮਾਰ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੌਮ ਦਾ ਕਾਤਲ ਹੈ, ਗੱਦਾਰ ਹੈ। ਇਹਨੇ ਸਾਜ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਰਨ ਦੀ ਔਰ ਮਰਵਾਏ। ਇਹਨੂੰ 2 ਵਾਰ ਉਮਰ ਕੈਦ ਸਜ਼ਾ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੀ। ਜਦ ਮੈਂ ਮੁੱਖ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਬਣਿਆ ਮੈਂ ਉਦੋਂ ਮੰਗ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸੰਭਾਲੋ ਇਹਨੂੰ, ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਦੱਸਾਂ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਮਾਨਵਤਾ ਦਾ ਕਤਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ।
Congress now finds itself in a bind over their stance on Sajjan Kumar, with their own leaders coming out against them.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi was in BJP headquarters attending the crucial meeting with the party's newly appointed national office bearers. BJP President Nitin Nabin led his first meeting with the new team. The BJP has also formed a Gen Z outreach committee, which will begin engaging with young people from September. What's the significance of the women leader who took a front row at the meet? Take a look.